I think if something was to like press you on the reason why,
Yeah.
maybe, but like you legitimately are. That is your reasons.
Well, it plays into the reasons.
Yeah.
The big reason is because of the note.
Sure.
It's an understandable half-truth. I wouldn't make anyone roll for that anyway.
Okay.
Unless there was something else that the target character really wanted to know. But
I also tell him that I'm falling in love with him, and that's why I don't want him in harm's way.
Okay, well, that's a persuasion check.
I'll also tell George to keep an eye on Adam. I think he's up to no good.
Oh, he's just sitting there doing his incantations. He does those all the time.
We walk into the room to tell them that what are we doing? Why are we detracting so much from the story?
This is TTD now.
We walk into the room to tell them like, oh, we're gonna go by ourselves. You guys stay here for the obvious reasons. But like at the moment we walk in the door, they're like putting on the black cloaks and shit. It's that awkward scene. They're like,
uh-oh. This is golden hair, black robes. This is.
Welcome back to System Exploration by Unfortunate Ones. I'm Soph.
I'm Nix.
I'm Graythorn.
And we are continuing on our session 3? 4? I don't know. The next session from the last one that you watched.
5?
5, I believe so.
Well, including session 0.
Yes,
it doesn't matter.
0.
We're continuing our story, exploring AD&D with our Caravan in the Midlands campaign with the characters Sharon and Trent, as DM'd by Graythorn. Gray?
All right. So, you guys had your little encounter with some stranger, handsome fella, great actor, doesn't do enough movies.
I believe he makes shoes now.
He has been a cobbler for quite some time. I think he came out of retirement for a movie. I don't remember what it was, though. Gotta look that up. He punches George in the face. You guys have a little talk. You guys try to question George's existence. Then you go to an inn, get yourself a couple rooms. You pay for the golden hairs to have their own. You guys have your own. Talk about what you're going to do about this meeting. I imagine you're just going to go, the two of you.
Yeah.
If there feels like there would need to be an explanation at all, we can play through it. Otherwise, what I would be telling George is exactly what we had talked about last session at the end, which is basically that guy that punched him basically said that him specifically and anyone with him isn't welcome in this city. So it's probably best if we go by ourselves.
And Adam hanging out with George, he has that additional backup in case anything does.
Yeah, well, also he's just also a golden hair.
Sure, yeah.
That might make us a target as well.
All right. No, you don't need to play it out. I'm pretty sure that the intentions are clear.
Yeah.
And George would understand.
Okay.
Well,
Do we need a it's not, I don't know why I'm doing this. Do we need a deception check? Because our true intentions are to leave him behind because we were told to, because of rabbit stuff. I feel like it's playing so closely to the truth, it's okay.
Yeah, it like I said, it's pretty understandable. He just got attacked by a guy who said, I don't want you in this town, and anyone who follows you, I don't want them here either.
I don't like you or your friends.
Yeah.
I think if something was to like press you on the reason why, maybe, but like you legitimately are. That is your reasons. Like,
well, it plays into the reasons.
Yeah.
The big reason is because of the note.
Sure.
It's an understandable half-truth. I wouldn't make anyone roll for that anyway.
Okay.
Unless there was something else that the target character really wanted to know. But
I also tell him that I'm falling in love with him, and that's why I don't want him in harm's way.
Okay, well, that's a persuasion check.
I'll also tell George to keep an eye on Adam. I think he's up to no good.
Oh, he's just sitting there doing his incantations. He does those all the time.
We walk into the room to tell them that why are we detracting so much from the story?
This is TTD now.
We walk into the room to tell them like, oh, we're gonna go by ourselves. You guys stay here for the obvious reasons. But like at the moment we walk in the door, they're like putting on the black cloaks and shit. It's just that awkward scene of like,
oh, this is golden hair, black robes. This is.
Maybe we shouldn't leave Adam. Maybe Adam's in danger.
I thought you guys thought Adam was the danger.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to tell George.
So you head back to the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without
At the
the
appropriate
rabbits.
time.
Late, like you said.
All right. Time approaches. You guys decide to take your leave. You'll explain to the golden hairs your intentions and why you want them to hang back, and they'll understand. George still has that bruise on his cheek. He understands quite well. And you head off to the bar. The nighttime in this town it's still busy, but it's not quite as busy. There's still people hanging around. Most of the time, you'll see them on like the stoop of a building, gathering about. Most of them looking not too civilian, I would say. They definitely belong to the various gangs here. Most of them will be Hardin's boys. Some of them will be more, I wouldn't say recognizable, but you definitely know that they are a group of people that belong together, and they're probably not, on the right side of the law all the time. But they're just people to you right now.
Do they all look of the known factions, or do they look like there's other, maybe shadier groups?
That's what I meant. That there are other groups that are here, but they're not like prominent. Like you can't just look at them and say, "Oh yeah, that's blah 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 from blah blah blah." That's the
They're
Tommy,
clearly a collective of
Tommy
some
Cook
kind.
gang. That's the the other gang. I forgot what we were chasing about. Stuff like that. But you know that these are people. They're definitely an organized group. You can't put a name to them.
Sure.
You make your way to the bar. The bar is almost empty.
Probably walk in, stand by the door just long enough, though not too long if this doesn't happen, but just to make eyes with the bartender to see if he is going to like hail us over, or maybe we got to kill a little bit of time for the bar to close.
Yeah.
Try to get a gauge on the bartender's intentions.
When you get in, the bartender will notice the door opening. He'll turn around, take a look, and he's just there cleaning a mug with a cloth, and he puts it down and he waves you over.
Sure.
There's probably like 5 people in here total, not counting you guys and the bartender.
Okay. Then we will approach the bar. Evening.
So you see, you left the rabbits at home,
As we were told.
right? So you were asking me about those fellows in the black cloaks, correct?
We were.
Well, what do you want to know? I'll help as much as I can.
Well, we know that our caravan that we're looking for was likely hit by those folk. We know that some of them headed west away from the caravan, not exactly in the direction of Alacra. We traced them for a while, but couldn't find them. So, our only other lead was that they might be here. You mentioned that you never know who wears the cloaks at night. I'll be honest, we don't know much about this group.
Oh, there's not a lot to know. What I can say is that they're a persistent bunch. I know when I was a kid that they used to be about a dozen that lived in town. They wouldn't do much in town. Most of their dealings would be outside of it. But as of today, you could probably see 1 or 2 wandering the streets at night. Usually going to and from one side of the town to the other side of the town, but I can't say they're doing much business around here.
You know if they have any affiliation with any of the factions here?
I can't really say. I do not know. If they need something, they'd probably go to the Red Caps to do business with them. If they need information, they'd probably try to make a friend with Caleb's crew. But he'll look around and he'll give you like just wait a minute. And he'll call out to a guy that's like half asleep on a table. Jeffrey, if you don't get home, your wife's going to beat your ass again. The guy's like, gets up, wipes some drool off his face, looks around. He gets up. He shambles towards the door, stops. Comes back to the bar, places some slats on the bar, and returns to leaving. Alright. He's a loose-lipped one. The people you're looking for, one of them was here in this bar a while ago. 2 or 3 weeks, maybe? He was, he came in after a golden hair troop passed through and had I guess you call it a dealing with one of them.
By happenstance, was that one of the ones that we were traveling with?
I don't think so. I know he was wearing the armor. That's about it.
It might be deeply saturated coordination.
You know anything about that fella that hit the golden hair we were with?
You mean Mr. Bishop?
Aye.
He is a well-known businessman up north near Rojodio. Runs a weapons manufacturer, I say you can call it. Bishop and Wayne.
Any reason why he would have a problem with the golden hairs?
I couldn't say myself. He does a lot of business with the East. Lots of blades. Lots of well-forged steel blades.
He did say something about not being welcome somewhere else, and this was a return of...
Getting kicked out, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's somebody that's well known to be affiliated with our friend.
Perhaps.
And he is, you didn't hear it from me, but he is not the cleanest of men. Dirty business.
The man that was with us.
No, the bishop.
Bishop.
Never seen the man that you were talking about before?
I'm curious. Maybe it is more obvious than I think it is, but are the cloaked ones, are they known to assault Caravan? Is that something they do? Or is this rather uncommon?
It's not unheard of. If they need something, they'll take it.
Sure.
Wherever they reside out there in the wilds, if they need food, they'll come get it from somebody.
I imagine it's not too common for it to be the golden hairs, though.
Is it? It's just anybody is kind of up to game for them.
A cow is a cow.
Yes. I got the impression that the ones we scared off from the caravan, by the time we got there, were more of they wouldn't do it if it wasn't already laying there.
You said you can see them walking around at night? Here?
Every once in a while.
You know where they go? If we were to try and track them down?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. They're a scarce sort. So, from what I hear, the black-cloaked ones, their numbers grow and wane and grow and wane. I figure they're on that sort of low point, getting back up. Might not find many of them.
And your note? Leaving the rabbits at home?
Well, if you're out looking for a caravan stolen by men in black cloaks and one of them happened to do a little business deal with a golden hair in this bar, figure you wouldn't want that guy to know.
I was assuming that was your reasoning, but wanted to hear it without prompting. Fair enough. Anything else that we should know?
He pauses for a moment. The fella in the cloak. I remember it better now when I think about it. He had the... you know how the golden hair have that little rabbit foot on their armor? They also wear something underneath. It's like identification. The chain's all the same. He had that chain.
Their tags?
Yes. I figure if you're trapezing about with golden hair trying to find something that was stolen from them, it sounds like the golden hair stole it from themselves.
We've suspected that as well.
Well, can't say I have much more to help you with then. Figure you're on the rabbit's foot as it is.
Seems that way.
If we have more questions, we'll come back. But for now, I think we have what we need to move forward. Thank you. And I will pull out a pawn and give it to him.
You're welcome back anytime.
It's a lot of money. I hope he shuts the fuck up. As in, like, doesn't, you know.
No, we're gonna be killed as soon as we leave this bar.
20 black cloaks awaken.
Oh, he has the one. I'm trying to remember the accent you did for this guy. Oh, he has the one pond. Oh, he might have more. Get him, boys!
Is smoking common in this world?
Yeah.
Have you been, Trent, smoking this whole time?
Yeah, I talked about getting good tobacco at the Golden Hair location.
A lot of tobacco comes out of Ashirama and Yukazan.
Okay. I'll just nod and kind of nod at you, Trent, to head towards the door. We can go outside, speak a little more plainly. Any last words or anything from him? Are we able to exit?
Yep.
Well, I imagine we have some things to talk about, but while we do, how's about some of that tobacco? We can go for a midnight stroll, see what we see walking around town.
Sure. I wasn't sure if you partook.
From time to time.
I will do the business of setting us up with some smokes.
So I want us to be walking around the town. Mostly for the opportunity if we see a black coat, cool. Also, if anybody confronts us, good. But I would say to you, Trent, we might be accosted walking around at night here. I would keep your blade ready.
I can see that happening. Granted, I think the location seems like, look around, if I'm maybe not guessing correctly, I think they enjoy a certain amount of trade. As long as you don't cause problems. I imagine your ability to walk about and spend money and be a tourist is probably okay. Don't display too much wealth and don't cause problems.
Sure, but also, this is a town run by, 4 different gangs?
Yes, but...
And I've seen others around with lesser names.
Yes.
Just saying to be careful.
If you accost too many people, then nobody shows up, and then you have nobody left to accost. You need some amount of traffic to come through your city.
In any case, as we're walking, I think moving forward, I'd rather just confront George, if you're open to it. I don't want to tell him, as we were specifically said not to tell him what we are looking for. Though, if he is to betray us, he probably already knows anyway.
Yeah, he probably already knows.
Well, we were told not to tell them so. Only if he's betraying us would he know.
Of course. I don't think we should... I agree with you. We shouldn't ask him directly about the items we're looking for, but it might come time that on our journey back home that we confront him. I think doing it at a more open space away from places he could scurry off into would be better.
I was thinking of confronting him in his room. He's not going to get very far there.
Hopefully there's no window. But if you can jump out a window and duck behind alleys, it could be hard to find him. He might have a way to rat maze his way out of the situation.
Well,
If he did it in open plains...
you and
he
your
could do-
sword can stand by the window before that happens.
Sure.
It's not like we're not welcome in his room at the moment.
If you find it necessary to do it here, then sure.
I just think at this time, we're already beginning to travel without him due to distrust. Perhaps simply confronting him and seeing if we could trust him or not might be best moving forward.
Do we want to keep Adam in the room? Maybe ask him to go get something? Or...
If it comes to conflict, it might be a problem with Adam in the room, but also might be enough to put the pressure on him if Adam is none the wiser. He
Oh.
might be sweating a little bit more, trying to maintain a lie.
Yes, and if Adam is in the room while we begin the confrontation, he can understand our reasoning. If he's not in it already.
If you're open to the idea, my plan is to be very forward with the accusation and information, though obviously polite. Give him the opportunity to not explain himself, but understand our position. The only thing that I would keep from him is the thing we were told to keep from him, which is the items that have gone missing.
Yes.
Overall, the last thing that I want in this situation, just so you understand my reasoning, is to continue just trusting someone for something that might be a red herring.
Yes. Do understand, though, in this kind of situation, if it hasn't already become plainly obvious enough, I'm not a very good talker. And I'm not the brightest bulb in the... or brightest, sharpest tool in the shed would be more of appropriate.
What's a bulb?
Yes. Bulbs are a thing. No, never mind. But yes, me being able to connect the dots under pressure is not my best suit. I'm really good at shooting an arrow. Most of my work that I've done is because I'm good at that.
Well, it may come to that.
Yeah.
And the reality is we'll be stuck in a room, and beyond casting wards to protect you, you're going to be doing most of the swinging if it comes to it.
Yes. Solving mysteries isn't quite or getting to the root of a problem isn't my specialty.
I'm only now realizing, did druids not wild shape back in AD&D?
No.
Or is it just later in levels?
Later in levels. So you have to be like 8th level
Okay.
to get that? 8th or 9th?
Oh, wait. Yeah, maybe.
Just curious. Yeah, there ain't shit I could do in the room. I could be like, Trent, go get him.
Here's a good berry.
I'll be out here. I'll wait for the clouds to come and give me 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, I can bark skin you, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm defenseless. I just wouldn't be, I imagine one-on-one with a warrior class, which is what George is, I lose. But, yeah.
If he is at any kind of comparable level to you, then yeah.
Yeah. In any case, as far as our actual plan moving forward, we don't have really a place to find this Eterna, the dark cloaks, but we do have the lead that they wander around at night. Part of why we're walking around and having a smoke is perhaps we could stumble upon them, see where they go, see what we could find, but also, as I suspected previously, what are they called? Red caps?
Yes.
The red caps are known for holding information, and as our bartender has just told us, perhaps they've had dealings with the Eterna before.
Yes, I'm not sure what we would gain from finding one of them cloaky fellows here, because I imagine they're probably pretty tight-lipped, as small of a group that they are. And
Well,
we are in the home of the Redcaps, so they would feel pretty safe here. I think our best bet is George because, as the bartender said, it was a golden hair who made the dealings. And George, whether or not he's drawn too much suspicion to him, he has drawn enough to get our suspicion.
right, but if George doesn't know anything about it, then he wouldn't have any leads.
Yes, I just...
Which I'm hoping he doesn't know anything about it and isn't planning to betray us.
or has already.
Or that. But if we can find the Eterna here in the city, based on the fact that they're not often seen here, perhaps they just move through, we might be able to track them, follow them.
Yeah, there's
Do you have
chance.
tracking skills?
Yes.
We can follow them from afar, see where they go. Perhaps they lead us to the caravan.
Yes. I would just be worried we find one and we do track them into a group and a larger group of them and all of a sudden I don't feel like dying over this.
Well, to be fair, that outcome of finding a group of them and finding the items is why we were hired.
Sure.
I don't want to run into an ambush. I'd prefer if we're the ones ambushing, but I think there is a eventuality. If we keep going down this path, we're going to be fighting them.
Of course. I would rather not like to die. It's just the point. I'm okay with groveling and failing the mission.
Well, you're an interesting hire, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm good with a bow.
Well, as long as you're willing to risk the danger and continue seeking it, we can make that call when we make that call.
Of course.
If we follow them and find a group, we can make the decision whether we want to accost them or not, depending on how many of them there are.
Yes. I mean, you haven't spotted one yet, have you? As we both turn to the DM.
Nope.
He's right there.
Mostly
What if I just said yes?
seemingly normal people. You know what? Roll a D100. If you get a 1, you see one.
Oh, I don't. Well,
So stupid.
hey, there's a chance.
Pretty low, but not a 1.
It's an 8.
Pretty low, not a 1.
Yeah, I almost like to say 5, but
Rolling an 8 is pretty crazy.
that is. Now,
I don't know what did you roll?
23.
I got under 10.
Yep. Not good enough.
I saw something that looked like somebody was wearing a dark cloak.
And
but
then
it
you
was
just remembered
like-
it's nighttime. Can you?
Yeah. But it was just some guy wearing like a fur or something.
What is there anything of note on our walk? Eventually, we would make our way back to, but we're going to take like the longest of routes, making our way back to our inn.
Yeah, definitely. This is a big stroll about.
Yeah, but if there's nothing to see, there's nothing important to see.
Of note, mostly just the nighttime life. You know, it's would be gangs hanging out, smoking, drinking. You might find a couple people doing it in an alleyway. You do hear some arguing.
Can we overhear any of it?
Give me a perception check.
I'm in my own little world, buddy.
No, 18.
Yeah, it's like they're yell whispering or whisper yelling.
Who is it?
A couple of dudes. One of them looks kind of like a Harden's boy. The other one looks like a general person in medieval clothes. They're having an argument. It almost comes to blows. The Harden's boy guy has him like by the collar, and he's pointing at him, and he's whisper shouting, whatever you would call it. And then the guy like looks in your direction, and the Harden's boy turns around and they like move on.
Okay. We'll move on as well then.
Right.
Eventually making our way back to the inn.
Yeah.
Heading to George's room, if you're open to it, Mr. Trent.
What's up?
George's room?
Sure.
We head to George's room.
You knock,
Mm-hmm.
waits a bit, he opens it up. You two find anything?
No leads, just a bit of information.
Quick question: is there a window in here?
Yes.
I'll as you guys are talking, I'm gonna start to kind of pull out some of my tobacco. I'll start making my way to like the window, kind of prop it open a little bit, and kind of just prep another little cigarette.
All right.
We went back and spoke with the bartender. Now, last time we were there, they gave us a note saying to leave the rabbits at home. Part of this was the information that they gave us. But beyond that, we did want to talk with you. Not going to accuse you of anything, George or Adam. You've been a good guide, and you've put your life on the line to protect us. That goes a long way with me. But I do want to bring something up because I think it's important for us to trust each other if we're going to be traveling together.
Well, I feel I know where this is going, depending on that, because of that note. But what do you say?
Well, beyond what he said, when we took this job, we were told specifically not to say what items from the caravan that we were looking for to the men that were being brought with us, which, no offense to you, but we're going to continue not to do, but that did sow a little bit of distrust. And that's been on the back of my mind the whole time that we've been traveling. You've proven yourself. Certainly, Harden proved himself. And Adam did a good job as well. And then we get to the bar, and the incident with the man who punched you, Miles. Last name?
Bishop.
Bishop, who we got a little bit of information on. Someone that does less than above table deals as an armorer of sorts. Apparently had some trouble with the golden hairs. Seemed to target you specifically, but that could just be mistaken identity. And then there's the fact that we're chasing the Eterna in their black cloaks. And apparently, it's not uncommon to know who wears the cloak and who doesn't. Beyond that, we haven't found any of the golden hairs that were accosted, which means either they were all killed and their bodies were absconded with, or they were in on the caravan heist. And the information that we got was that there was an Eterna, a cloaked individual, who had dealings prior to us coming here, prior to the caravan heist, with the golden hairs directly, right before the heist. And they wore the same name tag that you and Adam wear, that all of the golden hairs wear.
I like to keep an eye on Adam the whole time. If anything, his general.
He was like tending to his arrows, like checking the fletching. But as soon as Sharon mentioned as soon as Sharon mentions the guy doing business or wearing the dog tag or whatever like that, he like kind of perks up and starts looking like, what is this about? Like, He doesn't say anything, but he is very interested or confused, both.
Seems that the golden hair, at least some of them, or at least one, is part of the Eterna and had dealings with the golden hairs just before the heist. Again, I'm not accusing you of anything, George, but distrust was sown before we even met, and it's only been sown more since we've gotten to this position.
Well, shite. So you're telling me that the Golden Hairs absconded with the Caravan?
Seems that way. They're the ones that heisted the Caravan to begin with. And they would know, to a degree, what they were carrying. If they were carrying something valuable, which I can't say what it was, but they were.
Well, if a Caravan was to be hit by a group like that, I'd assume that they would know there's something in it that was important. Rykard told you not to trust us.
Not you directly. Before you were necessarily individually chosen, or at least to the best of my knowledge. We were told not to mention what items were in the Caravan.
Because he doesn't trust us.
I don't know if it's you directly, or just he knows what we know now, which is that Golden Hairs were in on the job.
That lizard tongue shit's always making things hard for himself. I don't know what was on that Caravan. I can assure you that. I don't know who took the Caravan. I can assure you that as well. I didn't know any of the men who was on that job. I only know the route that it took. It's a common route for us to take. Taken it many times. But it has been bothering me that there were no bodies there. They couldn't all be on it. He looks confused. It's kind of like you just told a soldier that the thing he's fighting for is shit.
Yeah.
Or a lie.
Uh-huh.
He goes and he takes a seat by a chair, on a chair next to the bed. Well, I'm here for the job. That's my duty. If you trust me to continue with you, trust us, I'll be there.
Well,
But I can't really say anything about what's going on.
that does bring up another important note. You're not the only golden hair in the room. And I'll look over to Adam.
Oh, I'm sure he absconded off with the whole Caravan himself.
Could have absconded with information.
Well, any information he has, I'd have too. We're part of a unit. Me, him, Harden, rest his soul.
Well, I don't think the assumption is that you personally took the Caravan.
I understand the assumption is that we might have had a hand in its...
Or people you know.
Or people we
Or
know.
whispers you've heard in the barrack.
I can't say that I've heard any whispers that are gonna or people will be stealing a Caravan.
Have you, Adam?
He
Or
looks-
underhanded dealings of any kind. Doesn't matter who you do it with.
Adam looks at you and he shakes his head. Now before this, we were doing some trade up towards the north of the coalition. When we got back, Rakar told us it was our time to go and head off with you. And we did find it odd. Usually we have a little bit of a break before we get back. When we get back before we go on another job. But we'd only arrived about a day before Rykard told us that we'd be going off again.
Well, perhaps that's because you are trusted.
Or at least he has no reason to believe we had a part of this. Just because of where we've been.
Precisely my meaning. You said you know the men that were on the group. You weren't a part of them, but you know of them.
I didn't know any of them.
Or you did not know of
I
them.
didn't know any of them. I just have the names on the list.
Fair enough.
Golden Hair's a big group. Big company.
Well. Whether Rickard wanted me to say that or not, I thought it important that you know that we know these things, and that they've been on our minds, or at least mine. You've not done anything thus far, to prove yourself disloyal. But there seems to be a lot of distrust for the golden hairs, and for good reason at the moment. At least surrounding this job.
Well, whatever it is, it's mighty important to Rykard.
It's what, sorry?
Mighty important to Rykard.
Well, Rykard has money. There are valuables that went missing. Also, it might be a point of pride for him if it's his men that took it.
Can't say it's ever happened before. Men have disappeared once or twice on a job. Sometimes they'd take a few things with them, but never a whole caravan.
Considering you're part of a unit, you've guided us well. You've advised us even better. I'm inclined to trust you. Especially after Hardin passed on the job. I imagine if he was in on it, or otherwise didn't want the job to succeed, he wouldn't have risked his life, lost his life for the job. If he had lesser of a sense of duty. Clearly he had a sense of duty. So, we know that the golden hairs are somehow involved. To some degree, the ones that were on the job, more than likely. Whoever it was that was here and speaking with the Eterna, and whatever golden hair was wearing that cloak. Beyond that, we don't have many leads. We know that the Eterna sometimes can be seen in Alacra, walking around at night. Perhaps finding them. Maybe we can scoop them up and get some information, or just follow them. They might lead us to the caravan, either by word of mouth or following their trail. Only other thing I can think of would be to buy information from the Redcaps of where the caravan might have been taken to. Not that they would know directly, but where the Eterna moved to. Apparently the Eterna have business with the Redcaps upon occasion.
Well, if anyone's going to have information, it would be a Redcap. But, I figure looking for an Eterna might be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
I think so as well. I understand that we've just given you a lot of information. Some of it might hit harder than other. Are you still willing to do this job?
Aye, that's what I'm here for. I'll do the job, and I'll make sure it gets done right to the best of my abilities. I am loyal to the Golden Hair. They are my unit, my family.
Oh. At least while you walk beside us or behind us, and you hold a sword, I'm more worried about you being loyal to us than the Golden Hair. But I think I trust you.
Well, the men who took this caravan, they're no longer Golden Hair as far as I'm concerned. Traitors are dealt with by the blade. I don't need a judge for that. I don't need Rykard's opinion for that either. If we find any men that once wore the Golden Hair armor on that side of the battlefield, they're dead. I can show you.
Adam, I know you're a newer recruit, and I understand that being a newer recruit to a company with this much dirt under its fingernails might be a little bit concerning. But I'd ask you the same question. Are you still willing to do this job?
He looks at you. He gives you like a, I want to say like a scowl, but like, you know, that sort of like stern, proud-burled nod.
Sure.
Golden Hair is also my family. Used to eat rats before. Now I eat real food. I know how to kill a thing or two. Hunt. Wherever George goes, I do.
Oh. I think for now I'm satisfied. Trent? Satisfied?
I nod.
George?
I also internally come to the realization that the Golden Hairs are just like a violent Boy Scouts.
Yeah. George, would you advise us once more then?
Of course.
What do you think moving forward?
I think if you want a better chance at finding our man, we might want to go to the Red Caps. I'm not sure how much they're going to ask of us, but between the lot of us, we have pawns, we have slats. We can buy whatever we need if we ask the right questions. Otherwise, trampazing around town looking for a man in a black cloak, might take some time. But if we do find someone like that, either shaking him down or following him.
We talked about following him earlier, but it didn't really occur to me until this conversation that shaking him down might give us better information. Men are a lot less loyal when you put a knife to their throat.
Well, I don't know too much about the Eterna Luntavam, but they could either be diehard fanatics or every other man.
If they're willing to die for the information, then we can grant them that.
But if we kill him, we've kind of just lost our trail. If we let him go, after he knows that we're onto him, that's also another loss of a trail.
Yeah.
I
I
would
think
say that
they either give us the information or forfeit their life. We'd lose the trail, but they wouldn't turn on us.
Could also never be sure if he's actually telling the truth.
That's more the concern. If they were to lie. But perhaps we take him with us then. If
Could
they
work.
tell us it's a day's ride and we go a day in a random direction and don't find what we're looking for, once again they'd be dead. Wasted our time, very good, but didn't get what they wanted out of it.
Or we can lead us in a trap.
Trap might have a caravan.
And I suppose half the job will be done.
Well, worst comes to worst. At least you'll have died doing your duty.
No better way to die.
Though I don't think that's exactly your intentions as I'll look over at Trent.
Smoking a fucking cigarette. Go. I'd prefer not to.
Oh, I think everybody would prefer not to. But most of those folks don't pick up a sword.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
All right. You reckon talking to the Red Caps would be more of a nighttime activity or a daytime activity?
Any time's a time as long as you got coin.
I haven't... Unless I have my days all fucked up, I don't think I've spent any... Other than a good berry for George, I don't think I've used any of my resources. So...
I don't think you've used magic in quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've last had to use anything.
Yeah, so... I'm just saying I could rock up on the motherfucker right now.
I do see clouds out. No shit.
Is it cloudy outside? I did recently change my spells. I don't remember what to.
It's not cloudy.
Oh, good.
You're not going to let me establish the environment?
No.
How dare you? I thought this was communal storytelling.
I saw that Matt Mercer short. Like, oh, well, what do you see in the well then, huh?
Oh, I love that so much. And I love when it's like, oh, it's ridiculous. And then, have you seen it?
Yeah. Where
And it's like they give a ridiculous answer and they're like, and then your daydream ends and there's nothing in the well. But like if they had given a reasonable answer, like, oh, there's an extra bow in the well, then it's like, yep, you got it. I love that so much. Anyways, yeah, currently I actually have summon insects prepared.
Do you need anything for that? Have you checked?
As in...
And I don't know. I just don't know too.
So
I
the
don't
whole
trust
thing
too
about there being weather, not on the spells for Call Lightning.
Isn't it?
It's in the text.
Is it?
Yeah. It's in the actual text of the spell. It's not like a material component or anything. It's a situational, conditional component that's built into the actual spell block.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that's like very important for the spell to work.
I thought it was just Gray's an asshole.
That's the thing with 2Es. I don't trust anything about 2E spells. Where like, oh, you read the spell, it looks like it's gonna. Oh yeah. Well, also guess what? You have 13 caveats you need to hit in order for that spell to be effective. If not, it kills you. Well, why? Why is the spell made
Welcome
this way?
to magic.
Magic has weird and obtuse rules because reasons.
If you got to pucker your lips at the end of the cast, you lose half your HP.
It's so long.
While Sav is reading, I have to go on this tangent because it's picking up my brain. I've read part of Dying Earth, which is the like collection of stories that like is part of Gygax's, at least what he attributes is like coming up with D&D and all that stuff. People just use magic. There's no rules, or people just run around using magic. The only rule is you forget the magic. That's the same. But like people it literally talks about like magic being so common that everyone has it, and people have protections. Like they have like rings of protection because magic is so common. It's like people just use it, man. We're like, why did you, Gygax? Why you got to make it so complicated?
Because he found a better way.
Magic is way more like 5e than it is like 2e. At least in the stories I read in the Dying Earth series, like it is way more just like, oh, guess what? There's this giant monster. Here's the spell that's really powerful.
Yeah. But then, take a look at 5th edition. How interesting is that?
Yeah, I mean, the interesting part is, in the Dying Earth series, is you use up all of your magic spells because the world is dangerous. And then when you have no spells, the world is dangerous, so you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make that kind of lethality in 5e if you wanted to. Just saying.
But then you just go to sleep. The world can stop being in danger for 8 hours. You're good.
That part is that is different. Yeah.
Just underwater. It can't be underwater.
Okay.
It does have a caveat in here of like, if you're underground, you could summon giant ants, but it has a low percentage. But also, it just auto succeeds if giant ants are already nearby.
Gray.
Are we underground right now?
Oh, they're giant ants.
There are regular sized ants.
Yeah, well, I could summon those too. It's funny, it's like, oh, the giant ants, but it's a low percentage. It's the same percentage for giant ants that it is for any crawling insects. So there's a 70% chance of flying insects, a 30% chance for crawling insects, and a whopping 30% chance for giant ants.
Is it that like on the 30% of crawling you have to roll again and 30%?
No, it's just if you're underground.
Okay.
So like above ground, 30% for crawling insects, underground, 30% for giant crawling ants.
Oh god, I can't. I'm already disgusted by the idea of being like swarmed by like thousands of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
That's just awful.
Yeah. It does have the like, yeah. If they're not nearby, then it's a 30% chance, which means to me the other percentages succeed no matter what. The assumption is that in any world there would be insects.
Yeah, an assortment of insects,
Yeah.
whatever they would be.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go talk to the redcaps.
Yeah. Let's go
Right.
find some red caps.
We turn around to go out the door. George stabs us in the back. We read that wrong.
Do not betray my brothers.
10
It's
black cloaks rush in the room.
It's so funny being on the sorry, I'm gonna take the damage for a second here.
We've been there.
Being on the other side of the microphone, or the other side of the DM screen. When I'm a DM, and we've all talked about this many times, if my players are doing things well, right? I, as the DM or as the NPC, am not going to insight check them, or otherwise make them roll a deception check or a persuasion check if they are verbally, through their dialogue, through their roleplay, nailing it.
Sure.
I'll just allow it to happen, right? And it's funny because, like, that seems like a nice DM thing, but I guess that's just a me thing because I liked everything that George said so much that I was like, yeah, I'm not going to incite that. I think that's fine. I'm not going to incite you. I think George seems like a swell guy. I'm okay with being wrong later when he stabs me in the fucking throat because I liked what he said in the scene. You know what I mean? So I didn't even ask you for an insight check. I was like, yeah, he seems like a swell guy.
Yeah, I didn't ask for one, but I definitely implied my desire to if it became to it, where I said I was keeping an eye on him. But
Yeah.
I wasn't explicit, so if it wasn't, that's my own thing. But also,
but again,
in the same vein, I just
vein.
agreed with and the details given by Gray of like, the way he was behaving. I was like,
I almost think get rid of insight checks. Like I think they just ruin scenes. I think just the DM should roll deception checks if they're being deceptive or shady. Just maybe not deception, just a shady. There should be a shady check. And then if they're being shady, then they have a tell that they give away or whatever, that you just tell the players that it happened. Rather than the players every encounter being like, insight check, insight. I want an insight.
I mean,
so that you don't ruin scenes.
The only thing is you'd be less likely to prompt yourself. And if you do, it would give reason for meta information at the table.
Yeah.
Like if you were prompting yourself and you were telling, like if you're telling the truth, you'd have less, it'd be less in your mind to prompt yourself to just fake roll. But if you are deceiving and you do the
roll, they're going to wonder why.
All your players are going to be like, oh, why is he rolling?
Good. Let the red herring then. Good. Let them wonder why I rolled.
Sure. I just think it'll cause more. I think it'll cause more weird things than if every single player all the time, any interaction is, but insight roll.
I also am just in the total opposite. I just don't care anymore. And I almost prompt it myself when anytime I'm having a player NPC interaction, I'm just like, all right, everybody at the table, give me insight checks. Because I know someone's going to ask for it, and then I know it's going to be 2 minutes of it cascading through the party of like, can I do that too? Can I do that too? Can I do that too?
All right, well, where are red caps?
All right, red caps.
Red caps. So, are you taking the golden hairs, or is it just the two of you?
I would probably ask. Well,
what's George think?
Yeah, I would probably ask George if he seems okay going out with us with what happened. Or if he would just kind of let us know where to go.
He's like, that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to get punched in the face. You're still bruised up pretty
I would
nice.
not like to come across that guy again. However, if men who may be golden hair are out there trying to do dealings with the red caps, and the red caps know about that, if they know about that, I'm not sure if my presence would make it better for us or worse.
Yes, you could be another one of them seeking a deal, or they're nervous.
Yes, it could cause problems between them and us.
If we knew more about the situation, I would almost want to come at this with the approach of pretending to be a part of it, but I'd rather not.
Yes.
I'd rather not attempt that with such little information.
If George isn't privy to it, it might be a very closed set circle of golden hair. So if we go in pretending we're a part of it, they might very well know who is and isn't a part of it.
On the other hand, there could be a level of intimidation that we could apply to them. Might the golden hair bearing down on the Lacra.
Yes, if they are well known to be traitors, and here's some golden hairs seeking them out. We got 4 versus just the 2 of us if we were alone or separated.
I think I'd rather angle bribery. There are folk that sell information. If we could get them in a private conversation, they might be willing to sell us the information in a you didn't hear it from us kind of way, as long as we're willing to pay for it.
It might be.
Do you think that the red caps are the type to play both sides?
The red caps do what's best for them monetarily.
Well,
money is, I think, our best bet.
I'd say bribery, but bribery in a private room.
Sure. You don't want to take them out to the center of the square and yell out all of our discussions.
You're the one that doesn't want to die.
Well, how are you feeling, George?
Well, like I said, it's up to you and how we want to do this. I figure if you want to go the bribery route, it might be best to leave us out of it.
That's
if we
what
want
I'm
to
thinking as
intimidate
well.
them, then we should go along.
I think the bribery route. It won't work as well, but if we needed to steer it in the direction of intimidation, we could always just say who we're working for. That'd still have the threat of the golden hairs cracking down on Alacra. But if we can avoid it, we can go the bribery route.
All right. Well, any suggestions of where we can meet a red cap?
There should be a few businesses nearby. You might want to go to one that's a bit more established. He'll look around for a piece of like parchment or paper and
Sure.
draw you a little map to go. I know they have a construction site nearby too that they're propping up some sort of building, a casino, I believe. Gambling. Might find some good people there too. If I don't know how you're going to play it, and I worry about giving it to you, but he'll go to his stuff and he'll take out the dog tag from Hardin. If you know how to use it right, say you're out here hunting a golden hare that's betrayed the caravan or whatever, use this. Say you took it off of him, and you're the one that put him down. Just bring it back.
Will do. Feel free to order room service. I'll cover the tab.
He laughs a bit. I won't break the bank, but
Try not to.
I will indulge a little bit.
All right.
Let's see if we can find ourselves a red cap.
Give them both a curt nod. Depart from the room. When we get out to the street, though, I do want to say something too.
I don't trust him at all. No.
Just cast bark skin on you outside.
The black cloak covering on his shoulder says, "Who?"
Trent turns around. I'm putting on a black coat. Oh!
You're putting yours on. I'm putting mine on. Oh, what?
Oh!
The whole time? What? Gray.
Gray forgot who he planted into player party, and it was both of us. Oh my god, I want to do that.
That is something I would do, and I thought about
Holy
it.
shit, I want to do
about it
that
for another game.
I want to do that so bad, where everybody thinks that they're playing the secret villain, and like you set it up in a way where they're the secret villain and the person who hired the player party doesn't know, because it's like an open casting call for adventurers, and they don't know that there was a villain in the mix, and it turns out they're all villains going through this story, but find other hooks that they would need to otherwise accomplish in the villain arc on their way quietly. And then once they find out they're all the villains, it's like, oh yeah, those are the that's not side quest stuff, that's quest stuff.
I forgot what the setup was. I think it was one person was told that they're the secret mole, but everyone else was actually in on it while that person is trying to figure out the mystery, but everyone else knows that they're the one that they're trying to figure out the mystery. So like the whole rest of the party is like playing along with that person and like the investigation they're doing.
That's so funny.
And then at the end of it, it's like, wait, what? You guys all know? It's like, yeah, we all know. It's like, oh man.
That's so good. Anyways, when we do get outside, I think rather than saying that we're the one that put him down, and I'll pull up Hardin's dog tags, I think we just use it as ammunition. We're traveling with golden hairs. One of them fell on the mission. More so leading into the intimidation, but not explicitly saying it.
Maybe. I think let's gauge a little bit of what the red cap talks about.
I'll keep it tucked for now.
Yeah. But it is definitely good to use in whatever scenario. I think it's a good...
I rather use it in line with the golden hairs being on our side, rather than we killed golden hairs.
Yes.
I understand why George said that. Do you trust George?
I'm not entirely sure. He seems like a man who, given his many reasons of his, the little bits he's given about how he grew up, he has every reason to be very trustworthy to the people that took him in and provided him a better life. I don't know if he's in on any underhanded dealings. He seemed taken aback by some of the things we said.
As would someone that would be in on it, though.
Sure. There's only so much you can trust from the words of a person, but I would be very surprised.
All right.
But it wouldn't be unexpected.
I kind of just nod and let that fall into silence as we walk.
All right. You want to find yourself a red cap business?
Yeah. I don't know that I want to go to the gambling one. What were the other ones that he told us
It was
about?
a construction site. So.
Yeah.
The gambling one is like a construction site that's going to be a bigger thing, but they kind of just have like temporary tents and stuff outside. The other one is import-export goods, and the other one's a brothel.
Import-export goods sounds good to me.
Movers and shakers.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. You guys head to the import-export goods. It's a small warehouse with a little storefront out front. Doesn't look like there's too much people in it. There is a lantern out front with a guy wearing a red cap standing about, sort of just waiting for someone to pass by, and he sees you guys approach. He gets up and he sort of puts his two hands together in front of him and he gives you a small nod.
Evening.
Oh, are you here to peruse?
Not quite. We come seeking information.
Ah, the other kind of business then. Yes. Please follow me. He'll, instead of going to the storefront, he'll lead you around back towards like the actual warehouse.
Okay.
You enter and you'll find a handful of guys all wearing the red caps and various forms of garb as they're playing a small game of cards.
Red caps, golden armor, black cloaks.
Should they all just start donning at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
We were waiting for you. We knew this entire time. Alan sent us a bird. He'll lead you past them and he'll take you to a small office as you pass by shelves full of various sort of crafted goods, a lot of artifacts like terracotta vases, pots, weapons, armors, that sort of thing. Small statues, large statues, and get to the little office area. He'll open the door and he'll point you both in.
Sure, I'll go in.
He closes the door. He does not enter. And you're sitting in a room, small room, with another guy in a red cap. He turns around. And how may I be helping you?
We've come seeking some information.
What kind of information do two strangers I've never seen in town before come looking for?
Well, we're not from Alacra. We've been hired to seek something out that's eluded us. We're hoping you might have information on that. Before we get too far in the conversation, I've never dealt with your group before, so I'm not sure what customs or culture you have around it, but I assure you I don't mean to offend you in any way. If I do, let me know.
Oh, of course. Simply, you have money, correct?
We have money.
I'll be taking one pawn.
I'll pull out a pawn.
Good. You're easily fooled and stolen of coin. Let that be a lesson. Now then. The information you seek. What of it?
I think I will be smiling in character as well. For the record. We were hired to track down missing items that had gone missing in the Midlands. A caravan that had been hit. And as that is this general region, we're hoping you might know something about it. We know what group took it, and we know that that group is not one that many like to speak about.
So you're not talking about those hardened boys who came ranting and raving to the bars the other day? Not them?
Not them,
A little more sinister of a group, I assume?
indeed.
Well, what I can say is that, they're good for business every once in a while. They do business with us, we do business with them.
Any business you do with us wouldn't get back to them. But we do need to find that caravan. Or rather, the items taken.
Oh, how important are these items that you seek?
Well, I would say for who's seeking them, very. I assume you know who's seeking them.
Of course, of course. Yes, the man with all the rabbits. I know quite well of him. He's also good for coin. Do business with him as well. But the men you're looking for, the ones in the black cloaks, call themselves the Internal Luntavam. I say I fear them a little more than Record, Mr. Dragon's Bane. What exactly is it that you want? Do you want me to tell you where to find them? Because I do not know that.
Where to find them? Or where they might take such items?
That could be anywhere. They're not known to convene in a spot for too long unless it's their job to do so. I can tell you that at least a few of them reside in this town, and they do most of the business at night. As for where they might be going, somewhere out west. If you want to get lost, west is the place. Now, there is the one curious case of a man in black robes trying to purchase a very rare and valuable material. I can't quite remember the name. I think I need a little more pawns to help me with that.
Well, I wouldn't be a very good student if I did.
Ah. Yes, you see, the first one was to teach you not to be so foolishly parted, asking about cultural norms. This, however, I could say is a proper transaction.
Well, before we get to that transaction, of the rabbits that were on the caravan, none have been found. Do you know anything about that? Or any rabbits that may have shown up before or after the caravan was hit in Alacra? And where they might be?
For all I know, the only rabbits that have arrived in town were a couple of men riding on horseback, one a boy. A lot of talk about them going around. Just whenever you see a rabbit, you know it's time to do business. As for beforehand, just your usual business. Caravan arrives somewhere down south, maybe a handful of men come to town to resupply. Nothing out of the ordinary. I know that the couple of hardened boys who were ranting and raving about being what was it? Being attacked by the grass and killed like dogs, one by one. They made no mention of there being any rabbits by the caravan. I know that much. Can't say no anything else.
I imagine there weren't until whoever it was that showed up and made the grass attack. So you wouldn't know anything about a very specific golden hair that met a very specific Eterna in a specific bar here in Alacra a couple weeks before the caravan was hit. Or a couple weeks, whatever the timeline would make sense that we were told. It was a couple weeks before now, which would have been like a week before the caravan was hit?
I think so.
Yeah. About a week before the caravan was hit.
Oh, faceless rabbit doing business with a man in a black cloak. Can't say I recall. I don't know anything about the man in the black cloak, but the man wearing the rabbit's foot might... His name might appear in my head for a few slats.
I imagine so. Everything's coming together for a single transaction.
Well, as you purchase more and more information, I'm sure you'll find that more and more of your money must fall into my hands.
I'm sure we'll get to that, yeah. And would you know anything about Miles having particularly bad business with the golden hairs?
Miles Bishop. Well, from what I've heard, the golden hair, someone in the golden hair at least, I imagine Record or Cassandra, one of the two, maybe another one of the lieutenants, they're tired of his brutish, underhanded ways, and somebody had I believe he said a cleric give him a stern talking to, told him to never come back. Little miffed. It's a shame. He does good work. Sells good wares. I guess now I get to do more business with him.
Miffed enough to assault a golden hair in a bar in broad daylight?
Miles Bishop is the kind of man who will assault another man for merely looking at him the wrong way. He's a hothead. Good businessman. But he is a hothead.
Seems foolish to assault someone that might wear a rabbit's foot around their neck.
Well, on this side of Lushanka, Miles is more like Record in name. He has a lot of friends. He has a lot of power. And if you were to say go to Ohudio and assault him there, they may never find the bodies.
Perhaps that's where our golden hairs went.
Possible. Doubtful. I don't think Miles Bishop has it in him to deal with strange Midland cults. He's not one for mysticism.
I'll look over at Trent, specifically not saying your name. Any questions you'd like to ask?
The first thing, or the second thing, the slat's name, he said it was somebody looking to purchase.
Yeah,
metal?
We haven't paid for that information yet.
No, I understand that. But his setup for the name was a golden hair looking to purchase metal.
No.
It was an Eterna purchasing something specific. Oh no! It was the golden hair.
He was just saying that if a certain metal found its way into his hands, he might remember the name of that golden hair.
Yeah.
Oh, that was talking to the Eterna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I misinterpreted that whole section.
That was one transaction. The other transaction was
the pond that he wanted was for
a Eterna looking to purchase some sort of material.
Yeah,
a very rare material.
Very rare material.
Oh, I think if I feel like I mixed those two things up.
Sounds like it, yeah.
I'm gonna circle back and pay the man.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to contribute.
Okay, that's fine. I will pull out a pawn and slide it across the table.
Yes, I remember now. There was an Eterna, at least I believe him to be an Eterna. He wore the cloak, he wore the hood. Coming here looking to purchase what we call Tears of the Goddess. Have you ever heard of it? It's quite rare. Beautiful crystal.
I've not. What's
So-
it used for?
Honestly, I do not know. I know that the people up in the Galatian wastes love it for some reason. Has to do with magic, I suppose. But the Eterna have been looking to get as much as they can.
Is the Northern Waste Galaron where I'm from?
Yeah.
Do I know anything about the Tears of the Goddess?
Yeah, you should. You know that it is quite valuable up in Galaron. Mages do use it to magnify magical power. So if you had some, let's say like a wand or a rod made out of, or like the focus made out of Tears of the Goddess, you can turn like, say, a regular 3rd level fireball into a 6th level fireball. Something like that.
Okay.
And you know, it's quite rare. It's getting harder and harder to find as time goes on. The crystal does come from the old world. The world from before Lushanka. Wherever that may be. But the man came here looking for some, and as far as I know, what little we have in our possession was purchased by him. As far as I know, he's looking for more.
So they have pawns then?
Oh, they have plenty of pawns.
And I imagine that has nothing to do with, or that Eterna has nothing to do with our unnamed golden hair.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for some slats to find themselves my way.
I'll pull out a couple slats.
Yes,
I was trying
that-
to see if I could get the information without.
I do believe one Mr. Joseph Schultz may have been the man who was looking for that dust in their name.
In their name?
Joseph Schultz was the heir, as far as I know. I'm not sure if he was the Eterna.
We have heard funny tale of black coats with golden armor beneath.
I certainly can say I don't know anything about that one.
Perhaps if you keep a better eye on the black coats that walk around your town, there might be more going on than you know. Perhaps things you might want to know.
Possibly. But when I want to know, it's usually worth value to me. Will that be valuable to you, Mr.
Sorry, I'm waiting for a pawn to slip my way.
Oh.
I'll give him a smile. I'm just being cheeky.
You are wily. I can tell you your name is not that valuable to me.
Then I suppose you don't need to know it.
Well, your loss. Both of a loss, really.
Well. Anything else, based on the questions that we've asked, that you think might be worth a couple more slats?
Yes, I do think that there are a few more slats in this involved. The Eterna have not gotten their fill of the crystal. I know that much. I've tried my best to acquire some more, but as I said before, the old world is lost to us, and no one's ever trekked into the Lost Lands to see if they could find more of that. So, they have been looking. And where else to look but Alacra?
Would a sigil with a crescent moon mean anything to you?
Well, you'd have to be more specific. There are plenty of old tales of moons being of importance to various groups.
Importance to the Eterna?
As far as I know, the moon is their thing.
What was the name of the guy again? Just refresh.
Joseph Schultz.
Joseph Schultz.
Did you have a question or anything? You just wanted to write it
No,
down?
I just wanted to make sure I had that written down.
If they weren't going to look in Alacra, where might they find this tear of the goddess?
Best bet, if they want to acquire some directly, might be in Anamaska, of course. Let's see. Wherever valuables may find themselves, Anamaska tends to get some. Aside from that, there are other groups here in Alacra looking to make money. Plenty are willing to steal or find it themselves. Of course, stealing is probably the more likely of decisions.
Well, you've given us a great big deal of information. A lot for us to mull over. I'm not sure what other questions we should be asking. But you've given us good information. I imagine if I ever need to purchase information again, Redcaps would be a good one to go to. And I tend to run across the need for information from time to time.
Well, and I tend to have the need to sell information all the time. Let me give you this one for free. And he extends his hand.
Like to shake?
Yeah.
I'll put a slat in my hand anyways and shake his hand.
He'll give you a big toothy grin. Benjamin Wren. Pleasure to meet you, acquaintance.
Sharon. Pleasure.
Well, any more business you have?
I think that's all the questions that we have for tonight.
Well then. Mr. Sharon. Mr.
Oh, his friend.
Mr. Friend.
Yeah.
I hope to see you again. And of course, I will be happy to trade whatever information I have for whatever you have in your pockets. Until then. That is, you've asked about customs before. He'll turn to the shelf. He'll bring you a small wooden box. Tea. Free with every purchase. And I'll hand it to you.
Is it like tea to drink now or tea to take home?
No, it's like leaf.
Tea leaf. Okay. Huh? Well, thank you, Benjamin.
Do take care of yourselves.
I'll give him a nod.
A little nod.
And stand up. Do we need to be escorted out? Or we can see ourselves?
You will be seen out, and he'll go and he'll open the door for you.
Okay.
And the guy who led you in here will still be standing there. He'll
Sure.
give you a bow. Well, until next time.
Perhaps I'll be coming through with information to sell myself.
We'd gladly buy that as well. Assuming that we don't already know what it is.
Of course. Benjamin, I will step out the door.
Okay.
I linger.
I'm still sitting. I'm going to light up a smoke.
The man who brought you in here, he will lead you out to the front. And he'll also give you sort of a bow. It's like, it was a pleasure doing business with you, gentlemen.
A pleasure.
And he'll return to his post.
Start walking.
Okay.
I'm going to hand you the tea.
This is poison for sure. It's definitely poison.
I think the gesture of taking it was enough for the pleasantries, but I wouldn't hold on to it.
Probably not.
I'm still giving it to you. That's your... You can discard that.
I'll look over the box.
I would...
Is it a simple wooden box?
Yes.
Is there markings on it?
No.
Inside, is it like a fine tea?
Yeah, it's loose leaf tea.
Do I recognize the tea at all? Is it like a common?
Is it pure water?
Do rangers have the ability to like identify plants or anything, or?
Let me.
I know that's a skill.
It is a skill. I don't think I
have a herbalist skill.
That might
Your herbalist skill would be
do.
better at whatever identifying what this is than.
Yeah, I don't remember what the
have.
herbalist skill does.
Yeah, it's
The best I got is survival, but that would be like maybe I'd have to read survival what it fully entails. But
those with the herbalist knowledge can identify plants and fungus and prepare non-magical potions. Blah 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 blah.
yeah, so
It's a tea regional to the Savage Lands.
Okay.
yeah, but there's no even on the inside. There's no visible markings.
No.
Well, I don't know what kinds of magic exist, but doesn't seem to be anything strange.
Well, I wouldn't imagine it to, even if it was magical. Or poison. Or something that we might be tracked with or detected. I don't think that's what's going on, but unless you specifically need tea for some reason,
I don't really much drink the leaf as much as smoke it.
then it doesn't hurt to discard. When we're safely away.
I'll look at it.
For the record, as a player, I do not think that is anything.
I'll look at it again and go, I think
That-
you could smoke it.
I think even if it is tea and you were to smoke it, it might be poison then.
Probably. Just somewhere on the way as we're walking, I'll find a place to just like drop it off.
There were so many clues inside that box that we just threw away.
Oh yeah, it's everything.
There's a map to the place. Supposed to put the tea in the water and they'll show you the way.
Probably on the on the walk back, I'll be. I don't know how you feel about the next few steps, but at this point, I am a little bit encouraged about the kinds of information we can at least give Rykard or Record.
Well, I'd like to get back to George, if he's still in the room, and let him know that we got the name Joseph Schultz.
Yes, you might be able to give us more information about that particular individual.
Sure. Back to George.
Okay.
On the way back, anybody with a cloak?
No.
Yeah, roll a 1 again.
Do I have a cloak on?
You want to roll one again?
Please. If it just for the memes.
It's 100.
God, come on.
A 2.
Come on, universe. You like the memes. As a 73. It does not like memes.
No, I said the cloaks all find you. You're back with George.
I assume George is in the room then.
Mm-hmm. Well, you find anything?
Well, other than very general information, we know that one of the individuals that was in town speaking with Eterna, golden hair, his name Joseph Schultz.
His face twists a bit. Are you sure that's his name?
Paid good money for that information.
Joseph Schultz. Yeah, he went missing maybe about a couple months ago. Huh.
Did you know him personally?
I've met him once or twice. Once on a job and the other in passing. I know he worked with, I forget that bloke that Rykard's been working with. Some man from the Triumvirate, Magistrate Willard, something like that. I know he was close with him.
Do you know of the last job he did before he disappeared?
Caravan straight up to the Galatian wastes. So as I know, it was Everything went fine. Till on the way back, they were attacked by some horsemen, riders. Lost a couple wagons, but lost a handful of men. Got most of their wares back.
Oh, so you came back from the trip?
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't. That was his last.
That was his last.
Perhaps Eterna?
More than likely all connected. Feels very connected.
No, I didn't mean they were attacked by Eterna. They were attacked by the horsemen, the riders.
No, of course.
Savages.
I'm saying yes, of course.
We know that the Eterna that they were speaking with were looking for the tears of the goddess.
Tears of the goddess.
Apparently found some here in Alacra.
Really?
But not enough.
Oh. Well, that's quite strange, or worrying, depending. Did the man you bought that information from, did he happen to mention how much he gave him? How much he had?
Not how much specifically, but just that it wasn't enough. It's harder to come by these days, apparently.
It's been a very valuable product. Whenever we find some in the Golden Hill Caravan, or company, we usually sell the lot off to the Galatians.
Above table for a moment. The golden hair Joseph was looking for some dust. Forget what was said there.
It's probably a misspeak on my part. The Tears of the Goddess is usually ground into a dust
Oh.
for use.
Okay. I thought the Eterna was looking for the tears of the goddess.
Joseph was the one who spoke to the Eterna. The Eterna was the one that bought
Yes.
the Tears of the Goddess.
Okay. Understood. Okay. Well, other than it being Schultz speaking with the Eterna here in town, we know that the Eterna operate in town at night. We know they're looking for the tears of the goddess. But that's about all the information that we have.
Well, it's definitely... Well, I'm not sure if this exonerates the Golden Hairs. Still have to ask the question what happened to all the other ones. But if Joseph Schultz was there, definitely had something to do with it. I imagine he kept his armor to masquerade, as if he was still one of us.
That would have been a good question for Mr. Benjamin. If Joseph is still in town.
There's a good chance he might have dusted off if it was known that the two of us were in town. Wouldn't want to cross paths with us. But, if Joseph, his last job was to Galatia, he might have had some crystal with him coming back, I imagine.
That was my base assumption. I assume part of how he got to the place he is, he was already on a caravan with some. And probably in that mission already had deals struck. He's just kind of been in that line of work.
I'll just call it off with a bunch.
Yes.
Well, if the Eterna are still looking for some, I imagine they might be around town looking for more people who might be able to get some for them.
It was mentioned that there are other people here looking for work. Perhaps others willing to gather some of it.
If the off chance we do meet one of these black cloak people, we could pose as having some, or knowing a place to get some, and that could get us further into conversation.
That could work. Now, the trick about selling Tears of the Goddess is that you kind of need a mage of some sort to prove that it is what it is.
Well, he does weird things with plants.
I know that he does stuff with magic. But if the man that is buying from us is incapable of doing so, if we find something that looks the same, we could pass it off.
I didn't get that. What do you mean?
I wasn't necessarily saying that we have the material to sell. It's just that we're looking to sell it.
Well, it'd be help if we had some proof that we had some to sell.
Yes, but that I imagine is much harder. I don't exactly know what this substance looks like.
Glassy, rosy, more glassy. Shimmers in the sun.
What would be the effect if a mage was to do something with it?
Simply cast a spell that's... If anyone who knows of the stuff and knows how well it works were to see a mage cast a spell with it, the effects would be very obvious. Remember that trick he does with the grass?
Yeah.
Imagine that over a much larger area.
Yes. It was mentioned to us that it amplifies magic capabilities.
Could engulf an entire building with it.
I don't know how we would fake such a thing.
True.
Granted, I think if we were to show off to a prospective buyer, they wouldn't necessarily... They'd be okay if we didn't engulf a building in vines. Well, maybe if we had a smaller parlor trick that you could make larger. I don't know what that would be like.
Well, again, the way you would make it larger is by having...
I'm saying if you could make a candlelight and then make that, I don't know, maybe the size of a bonfire. I don't know what the equivalent of or the extent of magic is in your capabilities.
I don't either.
He just has to roll really lucky on the giant ants.
On what?
The giant ants.
On the giant ants. I mean, again, if the idea is that, like, you know, any of the things that I can do would only be obvious if they were more than the things that I can do.
I don't know. In the context of metagaming, it would be like, oh, you do a cantrip and the cantrip's bigger, but cantrips don't exist.
And also, how would you make a cantrip bigger?
Yeah, I would. In my mind, that would be the only thing to show that this thing amplifies. Is like, I don't know how you would even prove it to somebody who isn't magical.
That's what I'm saying. Is that like I think I'm fundamentally not understanding the conversation, because like. Well, what am I, like, convincing someone that I'm casting a first level spell, but then secretly cast a third level spell? What would that even mean to them?
Yeah.
Well, if it's not overwhelmingly obvious,
because you don't have that control anyway, in this version of the game.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, if I'm like, I'm gonna light a candle at first level, and then instead cast fireball on it,
I'm a cast fireball, and like, okay, now I'm gonna cast fireball again with the dust, and now it's gigantic.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but that we can't do because we don't have the dust. I'm saying if the only way this conversation makes any sense to me, but I still don't think it makes sense, is like, I'm gonna light a candle, but then actually I cast fireball instead, and I'm like, it was the dust. But like that's
it holds so little. Like,
none of that's a reality. So this whole conversation, to me, it doesn't seem like a worthwhile plan to be talking about.
Sure. Again, it was part of my pushback to George. Was like, how do we?
How would you even do that? Yeah.
But have you seen this substance before?
Once or twice. We've traded a fair amount. As I said before, we go up and down the Midlands. Usually we have that to transfer to another caravan that's more well-armed to take it up to Glacier.
If we could maybe find something that looks close enough to it, we could reasonably, in a conversation with somebody, tell them we'd be unsafe to use its abilities.
Or perhaps otherwise.
If we need to display it, we could just try to take the angle of...
Or we can just shop for it. Find who might have it in town. Stake that out to better chance seeing the Eterna. And then we go back to the original plan of just jumping them and trying to seize information from them.
True.
That could work.
I mean, they might be, like George mentioned earlier, they might be potentially of occultist kind of persuasion, not let loose information.
Or we could pose ourselves as folks willing to do work, take a trip to the glaciers.
That's
What are they called, my land?
the Galatian waste.
Galatian waste.
That was more
Not
of
a very
my-
kind word to call where someone's from.
It was more of
By
my
the way,
it was more of my original angle. Was we would be the ones acquiring such material.
well, more so I'm saying, yes, pose ourselves as willing to do a job to go up to the waste and as prowess as warriors and magic users.
That we found a source and we want to get paid before we make the dangerous journey.
Sure. Perhaps that alone, spreading its word through town, might be enough to get the attorney to come and talk to us.
If we do capture one, a fletching under the fingernail usually gets some information.
Bark skin under the fingernails.
Well, as I've said many times before, you have the reins.
So, we can shop around and stake out places that claim to have it, see if the Eterna shows up, or we can pose ourselves as those willing to retrieve it and see if the Eterna show up. Preferences?
Well, unless you, George, know somebody in town who sells this dust. Outside of, I believe the Red Caps might potentially, but they might have specific people who,
They've already sold their wares.
sure, but in terms of staking out areas where Red Caps are to see if Eterna pop by.
But they've already purchased from the Red Caps. They know they don't have any more. So they're not going to go shopping from them again.
Sure, but if they're still looking for more, I imagine the Red Caps don't just stop looking. Like they might have sold, but be looking and selling again.
Sure.
Well, yes, unless George, you know anybody in town who's selling.
As
this
you
stuff.
said, the Red Caps are probably the best bet. Otherwise, people who might be trying to acquire some to sell. Audins are always good at stealing, I suppose.
Yes, and we could also potentially put the word out through numerous people that we are looking to sell it. And maybe they come finding us.
Or perhaps put the word out that we're willing to hire someone to go and get it. Either way, throwing our name into the mix.
Yes. I don't really have a preference for the approach. I think
I think posing as people willing to go and do the job might be the best bet.
potentially.
That's me throwing my hat in. I picture we do that one.
Okay. Who do we reach out to, or how do we begin this process of letting people know that we're willing to get hired for such a thing? And who ears do we have to perk up? Maybe another red cap that we're...
Perhaps Redcap or that bartender. Various bartenders around town. Obviously, we want to avoid the Harden boys.
They seem very frightful of us, at least.
Well, until they get their numbers up, and then we're only two.
Of course.
I imagine the Golden Hairs can't be involved in any of this.
It'd probably give things away.
No. If you're willing to stay tucked in this room.
I'll go stir crazy a bit, but...
Go stir crazy or go back to record with nothing?
I'll go stir crazy.
Let bartenders know that we're willing to do that kind of job. Maybe let the red caps know at their various posts. Perhaps letting Benedict know as well, or Benedict's people, that we're willing to go and retrieve some from the waste. But we want to be paid for it.
Yeah. I'd just be nervous of who are we. Maybe we can flaunt having found some already and looking to get more where we found it.
I think they'd want to see the product if that were true.
That's part of the thing I was talking with George. He's seen it on several occasions.
Mhm.
We can recreate the look.
All right. Lead the way.
And you said glassy, correct?
Glassy. I think your best bet would be to get a small opal, crush that, maybe mix some glass into it, grind it up as much as you can.
Well, I imagine a jeweler I could probably ask for opal dust.
Possibly. I've never heard of anyone to make opal dust, but
Well, if you're going to cut and shape one, I imagine you get some dust.
just ask if it was waste.
I mean, it's probably still worth it. It probably still has its value. I've never asked a jeweler, though. I could always try.
I think the valuable dust tends to be diamond.
Diamond dust, of course, but I don't know.
I imagine we can get that in like a mortar and pestle and just crush it ourselves as well if they don't have it. Worth asking, but if they don't have it.
I don't know what the hardness of an opal is. I don't know if...
You're strong.
the rock might not... the pestle might not be.
Well, I doubt it's as hard as diamond. What if you buy a diamond and use that as the rock?
Yeah. What if I buy a diamond mortar and pestle? Then
How rich did you say you were again?
I have like 2 pond on me.
Okay.
Maybe in the morning we could try that. Unless right now you want to start asking around for spreading the information that we're looking to acquire a purchaser of our services.
Well, if we're going to go that route, we better have the proof first.
And we don't need to. It's just an idea of how do we reassure people that we can do such things.
Well, I think we're going to need to reassure them if we're going to go the route of saying that we have some.
All right. Well, best bet in the morning probably is when a jeweler would be open. I don't know if a jeweler would be open right now.
Definitely not.
Do you know of any jewelers?
There's a handful in town.
I imagine there's probably some place in alleyways I could find some broken glass.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could just find glass, or you could just buy glass.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well,
It's actually 1 slat for the opal, and then it's actually 4 ponds for a bottle, a glass bottle.
I mean, that's very true. I could just go to some place and get like a fucking whatever tincture and get like a little thing of glass.
We'll just buy a bunch of beers, take them to the room, have a good evening, smash them in the morning.
All right, there you go. In my mortar and pestle that,
Yeah,
that I have on me.
Of course, with your diamond as the mortar.
Yeah, it's my diamond. And,
Yeah.
Also, you're an herbalist. You probably have something of that equivalent.
We probably. We're going to go to our room and rest now.
All right.
Is that a good time to take a break?
Yes.
Sweet. All right. We will take our mid-session break, and we will catch you guys in a minute. And we are back from our break. So, we're long resting.
You are long rested.
Huzzah. I imagine kind of dividing forces. I don't know how much you want to play through this, but I imagine Trent going to a jewelry shop or whatever to buy the opal, either in dust form or in full form. And then me going back to at least that bartender, if not other bars, and just literally just being like, hey, spread the word. We're looking to get hired to go to the waste.
Sure.
All right.
And for the sake of collecting Tears of the Goddess.
All right. Is this something that we need to roleplay, or you guys just want?
Not necessarily.
I mean, it could just be information or like the narrative thing, which is I go to the jeweler, ask for opal dust. Can I get opal dust? If not, could I request a piece of opal to get carroted, and then him collect the dust of him carroting the opal?
40 slats.
Sure.
You get yourself like an ounce.
Yeah, I don't need a lot. I need just enough to prove that we've either collected or have a source of.
Yeah. You can do that.
Because I'm gonna mix it with broken glass.
You can do that.
Cool.
And then Sharon, you go to that one bar.
Probably that one bar, probably other bars as well. And just letting them know, like, hey, spread the word. We are looking to be hired to make a trip up to the waste in order to get the Tears of the Goddess. We have a claim where we know some to be. We're looking to get paid.
Oh, could I possibly also... This might be a weird request for the jeweler, but could I have picked up glass on my way to him? I just ask him to dust it.
10 slats.
Sure.
All right.
Pretty sure you would have no idea what this is at all.
Asking the jeweler to do all of that, like in a town that talks as much as it does.
Yeah, but it's the criminals talk to each other. If this guy's criminally affiliated, then sure. I mean,
Yeah, you can get your ground glass and ground opal.
He is a turner.
I go to the red hat jewelers. The guy has a red hat on, and he's just like, "Yeah, I can do all that for you." It's Benjamin. He's the one. He's a jeweler by day.
Yeah. I guess.
Like, hey, Benji, how you doing?
All right, Trent, you go get your grounded jewels and glass, and then Sharon, you go and spread the word that you're looking to do a Tears of the Goddess run.
Yeah.
All right.
Simultaneously, at some point, can I meet back up with Trent?
Sure.
Are you okay with me going back to the Red Caps and be like, hey, is Joseph or any of the Eterna known to be in town? And I'll pay for the information.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, it's your pond. I don't...
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'll do that as well. We're like, hey, Benjamin.
Do you want to roleplay this one?
You can play that out.
Sure.
While that's happening, the thing I would be doing is I'd go back to George, and then we would like... I'd work with him to make the right combination to make it look as close to what he's seen before. Like a substance that looks as whatever ratio I need to put.
George just looks easy. Well, if you're trying to make Tears of the Goddess, there's only one way to really test if it really seems legitimate, as he takes his dagger and makes it into lines. Oh, that's good tears. That's definitely of the goddess.
You really know it's right when you get the blood going. Oh, God.
Dang, dang, ding, dang, dang.
Oh, I have this idea for a game where you roll...
Adam, go get some girls from the brothel. I have an idea.
Dude, we're such smart guys. We just have so many good ideas. We just gotta do it.
You find yourself in Benjamin's office once more.
Mm-hmm.
So, repeat customer already. Mr. Sharon, how may I help you today?
Based on our conversation yesterday and after talking to my associate, I had one more question for you. As we are clearly looking for these Eterna and this Joseph Schultz, I didn't ask if you knew their whereabouts in town, if either of them are in town.
That is indeed a tricky one. I can tell you right away that Joseph Schultz is not in town. He comes and he goes, just like the Eterna do. As for the Eterna, it is quite difficult to track them as well, because while they may be in town, they don't stay in town. They leave and come back.
How frequently? Daily?
Whenever they come to town, they leave and then they come back. They might still be here. They might live here. But they make sure to not go home with a cloak on, or to leave home with a cloak on.
I assume that means that you don't know the identity of any of them.
Nope. Not one bit. I would love to. They are good business partners. But that's sadly the way things go. Cloak and dagger.
I assume that it was the red caps that sold them the Tears of the Goddess that they were able to obtain.
Yes. Red caps have done that. Might have been out of my own warehouse.
I bet they've come by still looking for it, but unable to purchase it, as it is an elusive product.
From time to time, yes, they will come back looking if we have acquired any more, but we have not had any for at least 3 weeks now.
Well, if you were to so happen to hear that there was a group willing to go and retrieve more, I wouldn't pay much mind to it.
I see somebody has been scheming.
We all have work to do.
I will pay no mind to it.
Well, I appreciate the information that you've given me.
Sadly, it's nothing with value.
Knowing the information doesn't exist still holds value to me. Perhaps not the same value that we spoke yesterday, but not nothing.
As long as it's something for someone, I suppose.
Not knowing is knowing to a degree. No, I'll slide over a couple of slats just for keeping up good relations.
He'll smile. He'll take the slats.
While we're in town, I'm assuming it wouldn't take any effort for you to find out who and where we are. If you have any more information that you think might be pertinent, I'd want to know.
Oh, of course. We do deliver.
Benjamin?
Sharon.
I will once again be escorted out.
Yep.
To eventually reunite with Glassman. Just absolutely tears out of his mind.
Oh, God.
Just blood running out of each nostril.
Sharon, you gotta hit this. It's good stuff.
You consumed all of our fake product.
It's worth it. Go get some more. It's just a couple slats.
Well, I guess that's what we're taking back to record.
You'd love it.
You working with George, maybe like the second or third attempt. It's like, yeah, that looks right. It's sparkles enough. It's enough opal. The glass hides the fact that it's not entirely crystal.
When you've seen it, when people carry it, how do they usually carry it? Is it hidden or is it in a glass vial of sorts?
It's not something you want to carry out on you. It's usually you keep it in a box till it's time to use. A pouch in a box, really, like you would tobacco or something.
I do have something like that. Oh, Shan.
When we get approached, I imagine when they approach us, they're not going to be approaching us with cloaks on. That's going to make things a bit trickier.
Yes. We don't have to go with this approach. I find maybe instead of us looking for them, they might look for us in this manner. But how did your side of things go?
Well, I put the word out, at least amongst the bars. I did tell Benjamin of the Red Caps not to come hiring us for the job we're posing.
It's good.
Joseph is not in town, and he said that it's hard to track down any of the black cloaks because they don't wear them. And I imagine they won't be wearing them when they come to do business with us. We shouldn't hold out for anybody with cloaks on to come and hire us. I imagine they're going to come looking like commoners or other factions or gangs in the area.
I didn't think to ask, but the thought struck me right now. Did you ask Benjamin if the Eterna purchased from outside of them, at least in this town?
They had mentioned that they would be asking around for others, but my understanding was that it would be others to go and retrieve it, not that others would have it necessarily.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if the Red Caps were like their main source.
That was the impression that I got from Alakra, at least.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hopefully you get nibbles from what you're trying, and if we run dry, we could do the dusty approach.
Well, the question would be, how do we determine if someone is a cloak or not? If they're showing up in normal clothing, are we going to have them followed?
Well, we can see who approaches us. I imagine the Eterna are probably not too disheveled in general. They probably are looking moderate, if not well equipped or of a certain lifestyle.
I imagine the opposite. I imagine them to be very diverse.
Sure, but not poor or desperate looking.
No, I would expect that as they're hiring or otherwise shopping for something quite valuable, they would appear to have money.
It could be just whoever does approach us, we tail them, as you were suggesting, and then see where they go.
Oh. Perhaps that is what we do then. Hang out in the tavern, wait for someone to approach, you sit separate, tail them back.
Yes.
Wherever they may be going.
I'm a bit sneakier, I think. I know you're accustomed to the bear outfit, but it does make you rather noticeable.
A fair bit, sure. All right.
We could do that. If we get nothing in the next day or two,
I'd give it 2 days, yeah.
2-3 days even. We could start trying to prove that we have a source that we are harvesting from and start showing the dust off.
Sure. If a few days go by and we don't get any bites or find any Eterna, I guess we'll have to change plans.
Yes, we can adjust from there. Well, let's go drink at bars.
Separately.
Well, from a distance.
I suppose that is our grand plan,
Okay.
is to drink at one of the bars in which we've put the word out from.
We probably don't like stop, like we continue to say, like reach out to who you can to be like, we're looking to do this kind of work.
Well, not if I'm sitting in a bar the whole time.
Sure.
Oh.
All right. And so you plan to do this for the next few days.
I guess 2 days, yeah.
Hopefully somebody approaches you. All right. All right. You guys go out drinking. And I imagine a little bit of advertisement here and there.
Sure.
He's probably flashing his ankle a little bit too.
Yep.
The first day, nobody really approaches you. You'll notice on the second day, people do kind of look in your guys' directions every once in a while as they're in the bar drinking, whispering at each other.
Well, we wouldn't be together.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. Whispering
Okay.
at you individually
Sure.
as you guys are spread out.
Sure.
And
And-
go ahead.
Not like advertising, like yelling it at the top of my lungs or whatever.
Yeah,
but
you walk up to somebody, hey, hey man, I got some stuff. You want some more?
Yeah.
And
Well,
I-
also just like, with the word being spread, like being relatively open about.
Yeah, you're trying to
Us
get
getting
you're trying to
hired.
get your
Yeah.
service or your
Yeah.
name out there for someone to come looking.
And I imagine I would be like relatively socially drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys hear a knock at your door at the inn.
At the inn.
Yes.
Time?
Night.
Okay.
Late. 11.
Okay. Now open the door.
You see a
Probably
person
just cracked. Mhm.
just cracked.
Yeah.
You see a person looking both ways down the hall, and their eyes meet you. It's like, shit, it really is you. And you see that the younger Hardin's boy from back from the caravan. Are you the one? You are the one going around talking about that dust, right?
I am.
I'm not doing this for nobody. I'm doing this for myself, really. I see you in town. The first thing I think of is those plants grabbing me and my boys, and you and your guys killing us. I don't want that to happen again, so I'm coming here to square things off to make sure it don't happen. There's a guy who has dust that you're looking for, and he's selling a lot of it. Now I know you're trying to sell it yourself, but I think maybe if you want to earn some more money the Hardin way, well, might find someone over at the delivery up northwest of town tonight, about an hour.
What do they look like?
Average, dark hair, short, looks like a farmer.
Farmer with money?
Yeah, I guess. Just, ain't heard from me. I ain't never seen you since that time you came into town.
Understood.
Alright then. Just, let's call this, even for, moving in on your turf.
We're square.
He nods and he starts to walk down the hall.
I'll gently close the door. I think we might have scared those Hardin boys.
My first thought is the scene from fucking Mad Max Fury Road. That's a trap. That's my first thought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel very, very trap vibes.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere near that.
I'll go. What's the growth in this town like? Because if it is a trap, I want to make them regret it. And I want to make them regret it with vines and grass and shit.
In town, there might be some... there are plants here and there, trees. There's some grass on the side of the walkways and stuff. Think like,
If it's around,
yeah.
it can entangle people.
Are you thinking about going?
Well, I'm certainly not thinking about buying. And I'm not necessarily thinking about stealing either. But scoping out. Perhaps hanging in the shadows. You said you're quite sneaky. My
Yes.
thought is if there's someone claiming to be selling things, if that part of the trap is not untrue, especially at night, Eterna might show up as well. If not on this night, then another. And if this man is really trying to sell his goods and it's not a trap, he'll be there tomorrow as well. We don't need to buy or steal or talk to this man at all.
Maybe. I just... feels a lot like a honeypot.
Certainly. Wouldn't put your hand in it.
Yes. I just, if you had large amounts of this stuff, and you were willing to sell it, and it is very well known, at least in those certain circles, that the Eterna would buy it, and not buy it cheaply. I can't imagine a man like Benjamin would sell such a product for less than its market value, if not higher. And if the Eterna are willing to buy him out of his stores, as you have said, why would you not sell it to the Eterna?
Well, I don't think it was indicated to us that it is well known that the Eterna is trying to buy it. They bought it from the Red Caps. And the Red Caps know that it's them trying to buy it, but
Benjamin said himself that the Eterna buy it from everybody, no?
didn't say that they buy it in their cloaks. The Eterna
Sure.
come and go and aren't very well known. If they had that many contacts that openly, they wouldn't be such a secretive group.
Maybe.
My impression is that it's not well known that the Eterna is looking for that.
I have abundance of precaution about this. And I would also be wary that they followed us to our location of sleeping. I wouldn't also be surprised if it's right outside this door, in terms of the doors of the inn. That if they were to surprise us, it could happen very quickly.
Sure.
On the route to the place that they have said from the place that we are. If you feel that this is something we would derive something from, then we should go.
I think we've been shooting arrows into the dark for a long time. I agree that this could very well be a trap. But on the off chance that it's not, or on the off chance that the Eterna fall into the same trap, I'd like to have at least eyes on it. I'm not saying that we go and try and talk to this man, or try to buy or steal anything from him. If it is, as you said, a honeypot, I wouldn't put our hands in the pot. But from a distance, we could keep eyes on it. Anyone that tries to come and buy something from them would be someone for us to tail.
Okay. He said about an hour. Let's definitely leave before
He said
that.
later tonight, or he said about an hour?
Hour.
Okay.
He said about an hour, so let's leave definitely before that. Get our armors on. Be cautious and eyes out immediately.
I'd walk slow through any doorways.
Probably as I'm donning my armor, I will be looking out. Our room has a window, correct? I'll be looking out the window to see if I notice any odd movement in the streets or roofs or anything that has access to look inside the window.
Do you want to make a perception check?
I mean, yeah, that's. I didn't ask, but I will be more. I don't know what's the word. Be more concise about that asking.
Are there clouds? Can I snipe this guy with call lightning from the alley?
No, it's a bad roll.
You've been here what? Couple days now. Looks like the same amount of traffic you'd expect. Not a lot of people. Handful, groups of people. There's just it looks like a regular night.
Sure. Okay.
Sure. I imagine we want to take back alleys.
Yeah, if there is a back entrance or a less used entrance or exit,
there is.
I'd prefer to take that one.
You walk out the back.
Sure. As we walk out the back, I will cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay. What does that do in this system?
Mostly you just don't make footprints. But if we're being tailed, that could be nice. I'll read the whole thing though. Hold on.
I believe it also hides your scent.
Yeah. That was lovely in our ears.
Adobe wanted to remind us.
When the spell is cast, the recipient can move through any type of terrain, mud, snow, dust, etc., and leave neither footprint nor scent. The area that is passed over radiates magic for 1d6 turns after the affected creature passes. Thus, tracking a person or other creature covered by the spell is impossible by normal means. Of course, intelligent tracking techniques such as using a spiral search pattern can result in the trackers picking up the trail at the point where the spell has worn off. The material components, blah, 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 materials.
All right. So essentially, you can't be tracked unless they have, detect magic or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I don't know if I can have anybody with me, but I also have that sneak in the shadow stuff. I'm trying to look it up, but we'll go with just the
move in shadows or something like that.
Something like
hide
that.
In shadows.
We'll do the pass by the trace for now until I look up.
Yeah. You get onto the alleyway. There's no ambush yet.
Wow, that's so lame. I can only do it to one creature.
Is it not one creature per level?
Just this one creature. What a fucking useless spell. When are you ever by yourself in D&D?
Well, I find it more interesting. Put him on your back.
Put me on his back.
Yes.
Even though I'm much taller.
Yeah, I'm canonically 5'6".
Yeah, but you're strong.
Yes.
Right?
Can Luke
I have a 14 strength. I don't know.
Can Luke and Yoda your way?
Yeah.
Out to the
if it was Luke riding Yoda.
Yeah. Out to the meeting point or whatever this thing is.
We want to be a fair distance away in the shadows, in the alleyway or whatever, keeping eyes on it.
Okay. You go off. You make your way there.
King.
The skies are still clear, sadly. Plenty of stars. You had a half moon. Actually, no, I think you're approaching. It was waning.
You said there's stars?
Yes.
Meteor strike.
It's moon's approaching new. So it's not you don't see much of it in the sky. You don't see much of either of them in the sky.
But yeah, it's hide in the shadows.
Hide in the shadows?
I believe is
it the one that you roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rogue skill ability. So
I'm
basically
saying,
it's your own stealth check.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Once we get closer to this meeting point, I will try to do that.
So you get to where you were going. You'll see there is the stable off in the distance, the livery. You'll see two guys standing a little ways northwest of them. Sort of like this livery here is kind of off in the the ass end of town. There's not much here. This is mostly like the rural part of the city. Two guys standing by a tree. How close do you want to be to see them?
Can we make out detail from where we're at now, like from a distance at all? I'd like to be able to make out like facial feature details.
That's like 200-300 feet.
I think actually like 1 or 2 for detail.
There's an actual chart that I can look up.
I think it's actually quite short distance.
So you want to get that close?
I think we need to. Or maybe, well, wait, hold on. I have a better way of answering this.
I'll get as close as there are shadows that I can hide in. At least that would be mine, and whatever that means in the space that we're in.
Yeah, it's a shadowy day. The moons are almost new. So you can get pretty close if you want. And then any closer than 200 feet, I'll say you're going to have to do your hide in shadows.
I have to what?
Any closer than 200 feet, and you'll have to do hide in shadows.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll try to use my ability and be as close as I can to the targets in shadows.
Okay.
And then the D100 for it.
I'd like to be within 80 yards.
Okay.
For entangling purposes.
Okay.
31, which is the threshold of being hide in shadow.
Really?
So 5th level, right? That's where we are?
Yes.
So it's literally 31
All right.
with my dice, and the limit is 31%.
All right. You're hiding in shadows.
So however close I can get where there are shadows.
You can get close enough to see them clearly.
Okay.
So are you going to go as close as he is, or are you sticking in
No, I
entangle
probably,
range?
I don't think that I could. So I think probably entangle range. I would like to communicate before we get there some level of like, if anybody comes as a buyer or a customer, that's someone that we need to follow.
You talked a little bit about like your revenge for entangling. You want to, because we talked about when I said that was a trap, and you were like I want to show them if it is a trap.
It's fine because we've been kind of fast forwarded. So I imagine we've communicated a little bit. Yes,
I know that your idea is wait to see if there's another buyer that's going to get this. If this knowledge we've been given is spread to this kid, it's probably been spread to other people.
Yeah.
Somebody else is going to want a large amount of this dust.
Yeah.
Wait for that buyer. If it is ringing trap, I'm not the one making the first move. You're throwing vines on bitches. Like, so.
Only if we get caught in the trap. Like
I'm saying,
yeah. Like I'd be happier to just leave.
Yeah, any movement I make is going to be based on you throwing vines around.
Yeah.
If there's no vines from you,
yeah.
And if there's no other buyer, I'm not doing nothing.
Your job is just to follow people.
I'm just following people, and I'm looking, and I'm just trying to observe.
Yeah. I imagine
that's
as well
my
as
intentions and my goals.
if they have to go into private, like a buyer comes and then they go off into private somewhere. Also, if maybe follow them, but your judgment. Your job is to follow people as best you judge it.
Yeah.
All right. You see these two guys. You see them pretty clearly. One of them does look like a typical farmer. Regular old shirt. He has the overalls. His hair is short, dark. He doesn't have much with him. Besides him is a small box about the size of a shoebox. With him is what looks like a Harden's boy. The two of them look a little antsy. Really the farmer looks a little antsy. As he paces back and forth a little bit. After like 10 minutes, the farmer turns to the Harden's boy, and they look like they're having a hushed argument of some sort. And it stops. They're still standing there by the tree. One of them moves to one side of the tree, the other one stays on his side of the tree, and they're just waiting.
Well, the Harden's boy looks like he's trying to hide himself.
No, he's just on the other side of the tree, just
leaning.
Okay.
Yeah. You have a clear view of both of them.
And the Harden kid that told us that the guy is looking to sell, not that the Hardens are looking to sell.
Correct.
Okay.
Some time passes. Another 15 minutes. And you'll hear, though you don't see it, a rather thunderous hoofbeat coming off in the distance. You look around. You look at the two. You look off in the distance towards the west where the thunderous hoofbeats are coming from. And it's hard to see. You see just glints of like white sort of at the bottom of the horizon. Just at the very tip of the horizon. And it gets closer and closer and the beats get louder and louder. And you'll see it more clearly now. There is a rather large horse riding at this speed, what you would assume to be a riding horse. On top of him is a man in a dark cloak. The horse is also shrouded in a similar cloak. The hardened boy turns around to his partner, you can assume, and he slaps him on the shoulder, and he looks more jovial at this point. The other man still looks a bit, I want to say tense, antsy maybe. And he gets the crate. He picks the crate up, puts it closer to where the guy's riding in from, and they both stand beside the crate.
Do I get any visuals of underneath the cloak?
Of the guy?
Yeah.
No.
The person who gave us the details of what the Eterna look like were the Hardens, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
If you want any details of this guy, it's nighttime.
No, it's fine.
You need some eagle eyes.
No. I was wondering what the moon. I don't have a full context of what this moment looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just asking what details I could.
Dark
pick up.
plains, mostly starlight.
I'll take any answer you give me.
I never explained it, but there are 3 moons. 2 of them are both barely showing, and you got the one sort of sparkly moon that doesn't really produce much light. It's just there.
Okay, so if I was to guess like a coolness on temperature, what's the temperature of the light color?
Do I see the cloaked individual? Eterna.
You see?
Do I see the Eterna arriving?
You see him arriving. It is just the one.
I want to talk to him. I wish I had a better sneak and we were near each other. I'm going to not look in your direction at all. Very intentionally.
It's probably even hard to find me at this point. If I walked away from you.
Other than knowing that you went in a certain direction, yeah. Yeah, I will depart from the alley. And very casually, I will begin to approach the deal as well.
Okay.
In my hide in shadows.
Ooh, my little baby heart's racing.
Would it be a departure of my movement? Would I give away my position by readying my bow?
No.
Okay, so I will do that. I will start readying my bow and arrow. Because I am well within the yards of everything happening, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the ranges were yards, not feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm well within range.
Okay. The rider approaches and stops in front of the 2 men, and you're casually walking up to this right now?
Yeah, casually approaching.
Okay.
Trying not to look threatening at all.
You'll notice that every time this horse takes a footstep, there is an unusually loud, hoofbeat every time. The guy looking down at the 2, the other 2 look up at him. You'll notice this, Trent, that the elation that this hardened boy once had has kind of disappeared. He's sort of stunned as he gazes in awe of this guy upon his gigantic horse in his all black robes.
Like genuine stunned?
Like he's questioning his current situation.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't have done this.
If I feel what happened, that's hilarious.
The Hardens boy is like, you might hear whispers.
Sure.
We got what you're looking for, and we're willing to pay. We're willing to sell it for a better price than you'd get anywhere here. And you'll hear this more clearly as you approach.
Sure.
The man on top of the horse says nothing. The farmer goes down to the crate, opens it up, backs up, and the guy jumps off the horse.
How comfortably close does it look like I can approach?
I mean, what's comfortably close to you?
I don't know, 5-10 feet?
You want to get that close?
As if I'm like part of the meeting. I'm approaching like I am part of this.
I was about to say, you're probably getting away with there's a lot of attention being grabbed.
Yeah. But I imagine they would be aware that someone's approaching them.
Once you get within that 5 to 10 feet, they'll notice you.
Okay. I will say out loud, wasn't aware the Harden boys dealt in tears.
The farmer looks at you like a deer caught in the headlights. Jacob, who's that? Who are you?
Someone interested?
Interested in what?
What you have in that box?
Well, this box has a buyer.
I look towards the Eterna. Actually, that's what I'm more interested in.
The Eterna has completely ignored you, and he's kneeling down to scoop his hand into the box.
Sure. Looking at the Eterna, I heard there was a deal going on for Tears of the Goddess. I'm looking to get hired with my associate to go and retrieve some from the waste.
The Eterna stands up, turns around towards you. Wait your turn. He turns around to the other two. How many pawns?
Quick question. I can see some amount of detail what's happening in front of me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do I notice if the box next to the farmer is made out of marble?
It is not.
Okay.
It is a wooden box.
Sure. That's it.
The farmer looks at the Hardens boy, and they kind of just stare at each other for a minute. 5 pawns? No. This was too much to get a hold of. This is a lot. It's quality stuff. We'll give it to you for 10. The Eterna turns to his horse, grabs both a large sword and a bag, sticks the sword into the ground, opens the bag, and pulls out a handful of pawns. Just
A handful of pawns.
handful of pawns.
Did you make a handful? Or?
Yeah.
It's a handful.
He absolutely meant a handful.
No. I thought that was another term you were throwing at us.
No.
In your world, there's a Hond.
It is a Hans.
Sorry, I didn't mean to point
It's a
that
Hans
out.
Gruber for the pawns.
Okay, sorry.
He thumbs out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Puts the rest back in the bag. Go. He turns around. He shifts the box towards his horse. The horse sort of shakes his head and whinnies a bit. He turns to you, Sharon. Your services may not be required, but they are desired.
How much are you looking to get?
How much can you get?
I know where I can find some in the waste. I don't know exactly how much is there, but I imagine a handsome amount. More than just... I'm going to look over at his box. More than just opal and glass dust as well.
Give me a deception check.
I'm sorry if this ruins the game, Nix.
No.
What's a deception check?
Charisma.
Pieces are connecting for me with Gray's story that like, or Gray's world that I'm like, I can't wait for when we talk about this after.
That's a 28.
It would be foolish to try and trick me. He picks the sword up out of the ground and he just flicks it in this direction before those other two even leave. Which one of you are fooling me?
To the Harden boys?
Yes. The sword gets in the way of them leaving. It's just a dead silence.
I'm sitting in the shadow, just like fucking eyes wide, bugged out, like, oh my God, what is happening? Like, who have I signed up with for this adventure? This is crazy.
Speak up.
He's talking to them, not me, right?
He's talking. He's looking in your direction,
but talking.
But
to
the
them.
sword is like pointed. Is halting their path. They've stopped in place. You see this? They've both froze.
I'm watching everything.
Yep.
As like one guy has, some gold in his hand. The other guy has gold in his hand, and they're both there like, shit.
Oh, please be fake. Please be fake.
I want it to be fake so bad.
God, be fake.
Also, I just do not. I'm sorry. My real meaning for doing this, for the record, I do not imagine the Harden boys to have fucking Tears of the Goddess.
No one speaks up. You hear like not whimpering, but more like what do we do?
Yeah.
He moves the sword more towards them, and then he says, Cain, judge them. The horse steps forward, and it puts its nose into the box, and it billows fire out of its nose. Cain, deliver your judgment. The horse steps forward towards the hardened boy, rears up, and brings both his hooves down on him. He then billows fire at the farmer.
What a great call by you. What a great call by Sob to do that, because now you got some trust, mate. Sorry.
So you see clearly. You're probably blocked by this guy's mass.
Sure.
But you see the hardened boy. His body goes from upright to snapped in half because both hooves land on his shoulders and he just pressed into the ground. The other guy is
to do with the trust.
The other guy is kind of flailing about on fire.
I probably at this moment, I had like kind of some tension applied to the bow and the arrow that I had, to like the willingness to get involved. Seeing this horse, what it did to these people, I'm like, I'm not gonna unnotch it, but I'm putting less tension. I'm like, how am I gonna help? This seems crazy. Like if Sharon can't get out of this with his talking, how am I gonna help?
The Eterna Luntavam drags his sword across the ground into your direction. And who am I speaking to?
Sharon?
Sharon.
That's my name.
You know of us?
Rumors?
Do you merely seek coin, or do you have a higher calling in this world?
I have a calling, but I typically don't share it with strangers.
You seek not the freedom of the moon.
I'd have to know more about the freedom of the moon.
Do you seek coin?
Only when it brings me closer to my current calling.
And your current calling?
Knowledge.
That is acceptable. He takes his sword, puts it back on the horse's saddle. You say you can find me Tears of the Goddess.
Know where it can be found?
Though I would require large amounts. Whatever you can bring me, you will be paid handsomely for all of it.
I have small amounts, but I can find great amounts.
Be it a pinch, a handful, or a coffer. We will purchase it from you.
I find myself not very welcome in Alacra. Is there somewhere else we can meet?
Do you have a place that you prefer?
This is not my area. I've traveled through the region, but I am not from here.
There are many places in the Barrens where we're happy to come find you should you have what we seek.
Well, before I go traveling home to the waste to get you more, I can bring you some in smaller amounts. Where in, you said in the Barrens?
Mm-hmm.
Where in the Barrens would you have me go?
The river that leads out of Asherma. The third port. We can meet there. How long?
How far away would the third port be? Would I know that?
It's like you know that river that goes from Asherma to that little swampy area?
Mm-hmm.
It's right in the middle.
Okay. Relatively, we followed up that river, so I would know of that port.
Yes.
Okay. How far is that in days or whatever? However far that is in days, I would say one more.
It'll be 2 days.
I'd say 3.
Okay. 3 days. The
3
third
days.
port to the Sherman River. Bring what you have. We'll discuss payment then.
Very well. 3 days' time before making the journey to the waste. Can I get any... Is he wearing a mask, you said?
It's a hood that stops up to here, but the shadow completely covers his face.
Can I make out any details this close? I mean, like the guy could breathe on me. His horse could crush me in half, apparently.
He definitely has a goatee of some sort.
Certainly a goatee of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to make a perception check?
Yes, I would love to. I would love to know if he has a chain of any kind.
Go for it.
22.
He definitely has a chain on.
Definitely has a chain on him.
You can see the little glint. Just a little bit.
Ballsy now, ballsy later. The dun is not helping me make decisions here. I'm gonna pull out Hardin's dog tags. There are others looking for similar things. Thought you might want to know.
How well do you know that they're looking for us?
More than the rumors that I know of what you are.
Think nothing of it. Their efforts will always be in vain. The Eterna are eternal. 3 days.
3 days.
He walks over to his horse, lifts himself on top of it, and he rides off back into the night from whence he came.
I loosen her out, Sharon. And I don my cloak, and I call my horse.
Pulls his horse out of his pocket as it breathes flames out of its nostrils.
I mean, that is what the text said, no? No, sorry. No, joking.
Ugh. That was eventful.
Does it look relatively calm now?
It does. The shadow of the man and his horse are barely visible off in the distance.
What's Sharon doing right now?
Sharon, you're standing there. Do give me you give me a quick, super easy to pass perception check +6.
+6?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you passed that anyway.
I passed base. 23 was my base roll.
You notice a dim glow out at the feet before Sharon.
A dim glow?
A dim glow on the floor, on the ground.
At my feet?
Yeah.
What is it? Do I recognize what that dim glow might be?
It's coming from the ground. Do you approach him?
I don't approach him. No, I'm saying like the guy just left. I'm looking at Sharon do his thing.
Sure. You're about 100 feet out. I think I'm trying to think in my head how far that is. When the sword made contact with the ground before Sharon, it started to glow. You see a little crescent shape there.
Oh, okay. I thought there was like a fuse or something.
Yeah, he just left a stick of dynamite behind him.
I mean, if it was Bot and Bill.
If it was Botten.
And you are Bot and Bill.
I am Botten.
Is Sharon just... I'm going to base what I'm doing off of what you're doing. What are you doing right now at the aftermath of this?
Probably mostly watching him leave. If you keep watching, the dust. The fake dust. Is it still there?
Yes.
I'd probably be inspecting that.
Yeah. It is some sort of crystalline powder. You don't know what exactly it is. It looks similar to the stuff that George and Trent made. Not exact.
Sure. My knowledge of Tears of the Goddess is that it empowers your magic. Yes?
Correct.
Okay. I don't believe in this moon god or whatever, so that judgment meant nothing to me. Is it always positive? Sorry, let me clarify. The empowerment of magic.
What do you mean positive?
It is always a boost.
It is always a boost.
Yes.
It's a boon.
Yes.
Sure. I think I will scoop some of it up and use it as a material component to cast Barkskin on myself.
Okay. You cast Barkskin on yourself. How do you test it? You are barky.
Does the bark feel denser? Does it feel thicker? Is more of me covered than would traditionally be covered?
It feels about the same as it always has been whenever you use it.
Seeing him cast spells, I will get out of the shadows and approach.
Sure.
Okay. It looks like the last time you seen Barkskin, like when it was unhardened.
The coast is clear is what I did. I'm going to walk over to the burnt corpse of the farmer. Is the pond still there?
Yeah, there are 5 ponds. There are 10 ponds scattered.
Gather the ponds. That's fuck whatever you're
What
doing.
a fucking Hail Mary that was.
You'll notice that this is actually a pretty decent amount of this dust has been made.
Yeah.
It's 3 of these maybe?
Okay.
3 like containers of this?
3 dice trays worth. Yeah.
It's a lot. They tried to hawk a lot of this right now.
As I see you kind of approaching, I'll be holding the dust, probably letting it fall from my hands like an hourglass, and looking over to the dead bodies and say, well, I'd like to say that I wouldn't have done that, but that was also kind of our plan, wasn't it?
As I pick up the still probably a little hot bags of the pond, I throw one of the bags to you.
Sure.
I go, I have no idea what you did or what you said. I'm gonna look at the pond, count it, and go,
oh, they're loose ponds. They're not in a bag. They're just they're loose.
oh, they're loose ponds.
Yeah.
Well, because the bag's been burnt.
No, there was no bag.
There was no
Oh, yeah,
bag.
he just
on the ground.
Sorry, I wouldn't toss it to you. Then I would I'd hand
It's
over
fine.
the 5 ponds to you.
Yeah.
I go, I mean, this is pretty close to what the job paid already, but I'm just gonna stuff that and go, whatever you did, perfection. I don't know what happened. All I saw was scary guy on a horse. I hear barely parts of what were being said. And the next thing I know, this guy is folded in half, which is insane.
He's not just folded in half. His spine is poking out of his stomach.
Yeah, that's I don't think my arrows are going to do anything against that horse. The man could be whatever. I mean, he left a cool little moon thing there. That's pretty neat. But I'm afraid of that horse. Did you get a picture? Or did you get an idea of the guy?
He had facial hair. Beyond that, talked like a fanatic.
Yeah.
Clearly hosts magic.
He used the horse the horse sniffed the material, correct? And burned it.
I believe the horse sniffed them only, right?
No, he put his nose into the dust.
into the
he burned
material.
it, right?
Mm.
Okay.
I don't, The horse seems to be very important in terms of, I'm trying to assess their combat ability. The horse is what I'd be worried about. He looks rather intimidating as well, but...
Both of them look like they could be slain, but certainly they host great magic.
Yes.
I imagine it is just a man and a horse, but being enhanced by the dust.
I think if he had more access to magic outside of the sword, he would have tested the product himself. But he let the horse do it. Could have been just intimidation. But the horse is the one that tested the material. He could have easily, if he had access to magic, I would think. But I don't know. I don't know how magic works. That feels like something he could have tested if he was a mage.
Perhaps. I couldn't identify it.
Maybe the horses are something given to these people. And the horses are innately magic. I don't know.
My guess is that either from whatever god they pray to,
Yes.
or from whatever the dust does. What was a man and a horse once is now enhanced. That would be my best guess.
What was the result of your conversation?
Well, I told them that we can get them great amounts of the dust from the waste. But we have some on us now, but that we're not welcome in Alacra. If there's somewhere else we can meet. And they gave me a location. Based on the location being somewhat west of here, there's a chance what we're looking for is there. Though, anything that we bring that isn't that dust, I think would have us, as I look over at the dead bodies, in a bad place. I would be very weary about showing up with anything fake, as well as I'd be very weary about showing up with nothing at all.
He took what they gave them and gave them...
It's on the floor.
No, I'm saying...
Oh, yeah.
He took what they gave them and gave them coin for it before you approached. And before you said anything. What did you say?
Well, I saw what they were handing over. I assume the Harden boys don't have this dust, so I accused them of having smashed up opal and glass.
Well, I'm not saying we should, because I don't want to end up that way. But it seems like you prompted him to check, that he didn't check beforehand.
I imagine they'll check next time.
I think now, yes, because of what happened.
I think we either show up to this place. I gave us an extra day's time from what it would take to travel there. 2 days travel. I told them we'd meet in 3. At the third port along the Alacra River, correct? Is that what he called it?
Adamasca. It should be
Adamasca River. Along the Adamasca River. Back the way we came, actually.
Also, let's start walking away from this sigil on the ground.
I'll nod. I'm going to collect some of this dust. Again, to take with me. My thoughts would be either we show up, getting eyes on what's going on. If there are any more horses, or even any more of them, might not be the fight that we want to have.
Not more.
I'd be willing to risk one with the backup of the golden hairs. By the way, he was a golden hair.
Was he?
I'll pull out Hardin's thing. He bore the same necklace.
Did you get any bits and pieces of his facial features?
Just that he had a goatee.
Well, we can ask George if maybe Joseph was a goatee man.
In any case, I wouldn't show up to the meeting point without George and Adam, at least not far behind, if not with us. I would want to show up at night, perhaps at the end of the second day, and see how many of them there might be. If it is just the one, there's a chance that the four of us could take them. If there's more, I don't think it'd be worth it.
We should try to take him alive. Correct?
Joseph,
Well, the Luntavan that would show up.
I don't think we would want to risk taking him alive. I think if he's the only one there, we kill him hoping that what it is that Recon wanted was there.
Oh, your bet is the location we are going to be showing up to has the things we want.
If it doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, the Eterna can have that port.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm getting a better understanding of what your goal is here. I was a little confused. I thought we were going to attempt to capture this man and interrogate him.
It's not a bad thought. Certainly we want to kill the horse, though.
The horse would be almost immediately have to be dealt with in some manner.
Wherever we meet, we certainly want there to be vines or grass around.
I'm hoping the word was, and he paid out immediately, that this was a large sum of this tears, and he was only one to have showed up. He didn't show up in a cadre. I'm hoping that this act of you showing somebody trying to lie to him is some form of trust you've developed with him in such a short action.
Well,
so maybe he also shows up alone.
if we did want to go on a bit more trust and down that route, I still have a little bit of pawns left from Raccoon. I'm guessing you do as well. And we just got 10 more. Perhaps we might be able to get a pinch. I know the Red Cap said that they don't have any, but perhaps they don't have any of enough quantity to sell to someone. But even just a pinch of the real stuff would be enough to show up to them so they know that we have an actual claim.
Potentially.
And I'd be willing to hand the Red Caps all of our money at this point to be able to do that. If it doesn't mean turning us into those, as now far down the street pointing back to the horrible bodies.
Yes. I mean, I like to keep some of these pawns.
Sure.
Especially if we end up going to the port and discovering... Well, granted, we'll have the dust. We can sell the dust later. But...
well, if we show up with the dust, there's a chance that we might be leaving with us, and Reckon might give us money for that as well.
Yes, of course. I'm saying the dust itself would have retained value. Well...
As might that sword.
Yes.
As might any dust that... Yeah. Realistically, if we're showing up and we're going to do anything about it other than just look...
Yeah, we're going to go look, see if we find anything, vibe it out. We'll see what's going on. But yes, you should probably make a conversation with... I'd probably go too, because I have some of the money as well, depending on the cost of the stuff. But let's see if our old friend Mr. Bellinger has a pinch. Benjamin. If he has a pinch of this stuff on him. Because, yes, I would also... I might as well throw away this dust I have in my pocket, because that is... I don't want to be a spine in the ground.
I reckon we go back and talk to George. Also, I reckon we should probably move inns. Or at the very least, we should move rooms. Because the Harden boys know where we are. At least that one boy knows that we are at the meeting. Though I imagine, by the way... Neither of them, including the Harden boy that was there, knew who I was or why I was there. I imagine that boy's kept his mouth shut. Also, perhaps him keeping his mouth shut and giving me that information, and then his friend turns into an inverted spine, might be
Yes.
more reason for him not to cross me.
Yes. I was about to say, if that was his friend also died after telling. This is a whole lot of, we should move, for sure. We should move our location. We should be quiet about it. We should move not so loud. We have been very loud the last couple of days, which is why they found us very easily. Yes, we should move. We should talk to Benjamin, good old Benji boy, and see if he has a pinch of this dust on him.
Well, Benjamin does operate at night.
He does. We could do that on the way.
Benjamin, then...
Hotel, move rooms. In the morning, let's head out.
All right. That's what we'll do then.
And probably on the travel, have that conversation with the golden hairs about what's going on. And
We could have that conversation later tonight after we move rooms.
Yes.
We should move them as well.
Yes, of course.
All right.
I'm just kind of really happy about having 5 pawns for free. That was pretty fantastic.
Well, until I spend them later tonight.
I mean, how many did we get for this job?
Initial pay was like 14 each.
Was it like 14 each?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was less than that.
No. Like, I mean, there's a lot of money, but
It's like initial 14 each with stipulations of more, plus another 14 each.
Also, I probably should ask, I could give you some of the, I feel like 5 is maybe too much for me. You did a lot of the work on that. Do you want more? I'm happy to take like 2.
I think there's a decent chance we're spending all 10 tonight.
Sure. Yeah. You also, you did.
Doesn't really matter how.
None of it really belongs to me. I kind of stepped in there.
We'll see what Benjamin says, and you can keep the rest. I don't really care about the pawns.
All right.
I guess we're off to Benjamin.
All right. You're off to Benjamin's.
All right, now can I go up there a little bit?
Sure.
Hot damn. First of all, my heart was fucking racing the whole time. Also, like, what a Hail Mary, man.
Dude, I thought for sure your line was going to be, I can give you more than what they got, that little pittance that they have there. I thought you were going to go like that route. Like, I have more than they have.
It's why I turned to you and apologized. I was like, I'm sorry if this fucks things up.
No.
Dude, the whole time, anytime that I stopped talking and was looking at you, the whole time I was waiting to shout entangled. Entangled!
Don't get me wrong, though. Hey, asking if there was a way to mimic the way that it looks, fucking a good thing to call out a fake when a fake is reasonably to... It was like, yeah, why would the Hardens, who are one of the lower level gangs, I assume, have a fucking crate full of fucking...
Yeah, I just have tons of... Well, that was the other thing that threw me out. Not only did they have it, but they had loads of it.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I just needed a moment of me shitting my pants over there.
Yep. Fun stuff.
Yep. The turn is scary. They're a good bad guy. I like them.
Yeah, you did a good job painting the breath of them.
The threat of them. They have very Peter Jackson ring wraiths vibes.
That was my original inspiration.
Although very much unholy as well. There's a lot more going on than just being ring wraithy, but yeah.
Well, I've only been working on them for 25 years, so I hope they're okay. At least.
No, they're cool. But I mean, also just the way you describe them, because there's what you put on paper, and then there's what your players face.
Anyway, we're gonna go see Benji boy.
Off to Benjamin.
All right, you guys head off back to Benjamin's place. You get there, you get let in, and once again you're in Benjamin's office. To what do I owe the pleasure of seeing my new favorite customer?
We're becoming fast friends, Benjamin.
Oh, this is my favorite kind of business relationship.
Unfortunately, in a day and a half and 3 visits, fast friends come with the asking of a favor. A paid favor.
My favorite kind. What exactly would this paid favor be?
I need tears. Not a lot, I imagine, as you said, you don't have any. My hopes is that what you mean is you don't have enough to sell. I'd buy any amount.
How much exactly do you want?
How much does it sell for?
It depends on to whom you're selling it to. I'm sure you know that the Luntavam are gracious with their coin when they wish to buy tiers, as I've said before. And then, of course, there are the Galeri, who like to purchase themselves. They don't buy it for as high of a price, but it's something they do buy. Every once in a while, maybe someone from the Triumvirates may come across, and they're not as good as the Eterna, but they do pay quite well as well. How much pawns are we talking?
How much could I get for 5?
5 pawns of tears. It's quite a lot of dust you're looking for.
Well, the problem is, I'm looking for what I can get tonight.
Tonight. Do you have the pawns?
I do.
May I just see them?
I will pull out 5 pawns.
Wow. Like I said, this relationship of ours is quickly becoming one of my favorite. Would you be willing to wait around here for a little bit? I can go ask around to other red caps and see if they may have some scurried away for a rainy day.
Keep in mind, I need what I can get. I assume that if you can get 5's worth, you would, out of the fairness of our new relationship. But if it's less than that, I would still take it. And still for the 5.
Well, I'm not one to undervalue things, but 5 pawns are yours to spend. I will do what I can. Please. I'll have my man take you to a much nicer room. Treat you nice, and I will send my friends out to go and find your tears. I'm sure there are at least a handful of redcaps here who are willing to part ways with whatever they've saved for themselves.
As you can imagine, this business is urgent. I only say that to say that I can wait here, but my associate has other things to tend to.
However you wish to do your business is up to you. I will be back 3 hours.
I'll be here,
Right.
or wherever your friends take me.
Don't worry too much. You won't be far away. He goes and opens the door. He's like, go and see to them. Take care of them. They are the highest of spenders. And he shouts out to the guys who are sitting there in the warehouse and starts barking orders at them. They get up and they dust off into the wind. And he goes as well. Not literally.
Oh my god, he's so powerful.
The man who generally brings you inside and escorts you back out, he'll take you to a much nicer room. This room is not like business as usual. This is like a very comfortable place. He'll offer you food, he'll offer you drink, he'll ask you for whatever you want, and he'll get it for you. That's about it. You're being treated to at what is the word for this? Concierge?
Sure. Did you want to stay for a drink, or did you want to get out of here?
I'll take a couple nibbles and a drink of something, but then I'll take care of our business and I'll return. I'll look to the concierge. Before the 3 hours have elapsed, I can imagine.
I imagine I can meet you.
Well, you need to know where we're going.
Fair enough.
I will return. Thank you. Take a food and I'll swig.
A couple swigs and whatnot. Yeah. I'm definitely not getting drunk, but yeah, think I'll just drink water, actually.
Okay.
And then I will make sure that it is purified water.
When you ask for water, he'll bring you hot water. Like,
Okay.
it's been recently boiled.
Sure. Perfect.
Okay.
Can never be too careful.
Yeah. Trent, what are you up to?
On the suspicion of generally being tracked where we are, I will do my best to kind of meander about a little bit, do a little bit my walk silently in the shadows, and then make my way back to where the hotel is. Gather George and Adam. Let them know what they need to know, that we are moving locations. I will ask George of another hotel that he would be friendly to stay to.
Mm-hmm.
Gather our stuff, gather Sharon's stuff. We will quietly and try to be sneaky, make them both aware that there's a possibility that we could be seen. Move to that new hotel, set up that room, get us in there, let them know that I will return, and I will make my way back to where I'm going to meet Sharon.
You still can't say that name?
Still can't say it.
Yeah, you did it all easily enough. You don't run into a wall of 7 hardened boys with
You killed my friend! How dare you!
Honestly, most of my purpose was just to get you out of there for 2 reasons. 1, if this is a trap, and 2, so we just don't have pawns in the room.
Oh, I don't think it's a trap. I think you look like a source of like infinite pawns to this guy. So
Yeah.
like, why would he cut off that source?
Yeah.
But also, in my mind, I'm like, why'd you ask for why'd you ask for 5 pawns of the stuff? 10 was gonna get a crate. Like we just need a fistful. You just need a pond, like a pond of dust. That was the only thing. But other than that,
Here's where I landed on 5. That was my take of the free money.
sure.
So you still have your take of the free money.
No, I get you. 5 pawns.
I'm also a mage. Like, I wouldn't mind if I had a little bit of dust. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah, good on you. Also, 5 pawns got us in that room. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah, I didn't want to lowball because like I wanted the commitment of we need it tonight.
Hey, dog, regardless of anything I've said so far in the game, you're killing it. So, like, just... you're doing a great job.
Yeah,
It just took me 2 weeks of travel.
you get all this set up. They're set in your new rooms.
I imagine this takes me hours.
New
At least
hotel,
2.
new room stuff, all that stuff. You get back. You're there with Sharon in the room.
Yeah.
Plenty of food and drink.
I'm just sitting there drinking water and carving my carving. Would you care at all what I'm carving?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you'll be waited on, tended to. Someone will ask you if you need something, blah, blah, blah.
As a person, as a player, sure. As a character, not at all.
It's fine.
Time passes. Hour goes by, 2 hours go by. Before the 3rd hour finishes, Benjamin will walk into the room. Gentlemen, it seems that I was correct about my fellow Redcaps having their own stores of valuable goods, and after some negotiations with the others, we've come to the conclusion that you can in fact have yourself 5 pawns worth of Tears of the Goddess. Now, granted, it's not entirely 5 pawns worth, but that is what you are buying it for. I would say this is more of a 3.5.
3.5 will do.
He turns to the side and he waves, and another guy will come in. Much younger, probably maybe like 13, 14. He has with him a small crate. He comes and he places it on a table. He sort of like does that bowing thing while walking backwards. And he's like, well, 3.5 pawns worth of Tears of the Goddess for 5 pawns, I'm sure. Well, I can assure you of its authenticity, but if you have a way to test it, by all means.
If you wouldn't mind.
Please.
Well, I already said it.
Sorry, I don't want to ruin it. I have my own idea, but go ahead. Do your thing. No.
No, I will do the same thing. I will take a pinch of it and use it as a material component to once again cast bark skin on myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't feel any different. You definitely notice that the barky skin that is growing out from his, from the parts of his body that are exposed, the bark is much denser. It's much thicker. It is not even, I wouldn't even say it's like bark. It's almost as if there are small sprigs and branches growing off of him now.
I think to maintain the visual of what I think we might be trying to sell each other, I will look at you and I will just nod.
Can I dismiss spells in this game?
If it says so in the text, then yes. If
it doesn't, then no. Okay.
So like hold person, that can last up to 10 rounds depending on the spell level. But you can also, it says you can release a spell before that happens.
Okay. I'll have to look it up.
So you're going to be a freaky tree man if it doesn't say otherwise.
Oh. Thank goodness I had a second one of this, because like what am I going to do? Fucking angel dust a locate animal? Like, thank goodness I had 2 bark skins.
The room gets filled with insects.
Oh, you've already done it, so we're past it. I was like, dog, I want some good melons, please. If you made good berry, if you had you just had this fucking handful fish size.
Instead of berries, just apples.
Oh, dude, good apples. Oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever had in my life. Doesn't look like it.
No, cannot drop it. Whatever, who cares?
I mean, we just have
Oh
to
no,
wait.
I have bark skin. Okay.
Well, I don't know what that normally looks like, but I'm sure you understand quite well.
Well, it normally doesn't look like this. Thank you, Benjamin.
Of course. To a hopefully fruitful relationship. And he will extend his hand to shake.
I'll shake his hand.
All right.
I'm not going to put a slat in it this time because I just gave him a pound and a half more than he asked. Or more than it was worth.
Delivery is a little more expensive sometimes. It's just what it is.
The service fee, then tip.
Yeah, convenience. And
Yeah.
Yeah. I just already paid for those things.
Well then, as always, if you have the need of information or more Tears of the Goddess, I might be able to round some of those up for you, but information is always here for you as long as you have the pawns.
I do have a simple question.
Well, what may that be?
Third port on the Atamaska River.
And what about it?
What's it look like? What's size of the town?
More like a village. Most of the people there are either subsistence farmers or fishers. Most of the money that they make comes from either fishing or ferrying people down the river. Quite rural, mostly shaman. Might find the odd Midlander from Rehudio or Yukazan.
Mostly villagers that live there? Or are there
Mostly
establishments?
Not really established.
No
They
businesses or anything?
Not at all, unless you're looking for fish. They are a tribal people at best. Civilized, but not like what we have here in Alakra.
Well, as I said, a simple question. Thank you, Benjamin.
Of course.
Until we meet again.
I cannot wait.
10 minutes later. Benjamin!
Boy, let's go.
Benjamin!
Got another question.
4 times in one day.
A day and a half, thank you.
What's the most illegal substance I can get for 3 pawns?
The mind is willing, but the flesh is weak and spongy, my friend.
How much fucking dust did we get with that? Like, how much did we get it?
I was going to ask, how many instances of material components is this?
A lot.
a lot.
This is.
I mean, I only got like 5 spells in a day, so it doesn't.
Imagine if the hardened boy and the farmer were trying to sell a guy a brick of cocaine. You got like 60% of that.
Wow. So like in turn, like using the berry analogy, it's like it feels as a bag. Is it like an apple or like an orange, or like more or less?
It's like a grapefruit.
It's like a grapefruit. Ooh, good lord, buddy.
I mean, as long as it's 8 spells worth of stuff, that's all I can do in a day anyways, and my only intention is to use this in the meeting.
Yeah. As we walk away and probably head to where I will show you where the new hotel is, I will say to you, it's like, you only promised them a little bit, correct?
My plan was to put a bit of it aside for myself.
I've never seen your magic look like that. I think keeping a lot of that to yourself would be very useful.
Certainly. Perhaps enough use to conquer a black rider and a black horse.
Oh, that too, yes. I just meant for your future endeavors, but also that, yes.
Well, perhaps we'll see quite the show 2 nights from now, if we get a little bit of rain.
I mean, we'll be near a river.
Will we get DMCA'd if we just play white lines throughout the fight when you're using it?
All that'll happen is that they will get a split of our nothing.
Hey, can we play white lines if you're using it in a fight?
Yeah. If they want to claim the video and claim some of the revenue, take it. It has nothing. Take 80% of the nothing we have. But yeah. I do the same thing I did, where I kind of meander a little bit and just overly cautiously protect our journey back to the new hotel.
Okay. Sure. All right. Anything to do with Adam and George?
We should
Let them know.
We should probably tell Adam and George.
Oh, like the whole thing, what we're doing?
Yeah, we
Okay.
should probably talk to George. Well, George.
Boys, come back. So, what have you been up to? Did you find anything useful?
Hold on 1 second. Does he still have spark skin?
How long does Barkskin last?
It's 4 rounds plus each level. So 9 rounds.
That's 9 minutes. Probably not. Damn.
Well, we have a hard day's ride in the morning. I would like to arrive at the 3rd port of the Atamaska River by nightfall on the 2nd night. That's not too hard of a ride.
Might have to push the horses a bit, but we can make it there by that time.
On the 3rd day, we have a meeting with an Eterna, for which we will be delivering a portion of this, and I will present the 8-ball.
Bloody hell. You met with an Eterna?
Yes, me, a farmer, and a hardened boy.
You went to a deal with the farmer and hardened boy?
Well, they're currently laying dead in the street. One of them in half, and one of them fried chicken.
I feel like there's a story that you need to tell me.
We met with an Eterna. The Harden boys were making a deal. I so aptly proposed to the Eterna that the tiers that they were providing were crushed opal and glass. One of them was broken in half by the Eterna's horse. The other one was burnt to a crisp by the Eterna's horse's flame.
Yeah, George does look at you.
I was about to say, I was going to give the audience a clue that as he's saying this, I am just nodding to George like, yeah.
I struck a deal saying that we are for hire to go to the waste, as we know where you can find more of the Tears of the Goddess. And then we made a pit stop to the Red Caps and purchased ourselves some tears through our newfound relationship with one of their merchants, for which I'm not quite sure what we want to do with it yet, but I know I'm going to be putting a little bit of it aside in order to use against the Eterna if it comes to that. The Eterna, I could not make out much detail, but he was a golden hair. And I'll pull out Hardin's tag and necklace. He wore one of these, and I'll actually hand that over because we don't need it anymore.
Mhm.
He also had a goatee.
Anything else?
All I can make out.
Well, it's plenty of golden hairs wear goatees. If it's not a goatee or one like mine, it's clean shaven. It's a sort of a dress code.
Oh, you have a dress code. I was going to ask if Joseph was a goatee wearing man.
I believe Joseph was clean shaven.
Clean shaven.
Well, then perhaps not Joseph that we found, but that makes 2 golden hairs.
That does. That is concerning.
We want to make it to the port by night on the 2nd day because the meeting is on the 3rd. We want to do this because we want to find the Eterna. And
What are you gonna do when you make the deal? Are you going to...
that depends. On the 2nd night, we're hoping to find him without him finding us. And see if it is just one Eterna, or perhaps more. If it's more, I think we're going to return to Reckon and let him know where the Eterna is, and perhaps where his things are. But that'll be the end of our venture. We can't take on that many Eterna. They crushed 2 men in the blink of an eye, and that was just the horse. The Eterna himself didn't raise a hand.
He
No.
looks around, surprised. The horse did it,
The horse took both of them out.
not the man.
Not the man, but the man bore a blade that appeared magical.
Well.
There's a possibility that we, the 4 of us, could take one on and his horse. I don't think we could do more than that. And I think if we tried to sneak in, as I know our friend here is very sneaky, but we were to get caught, we would not be able to outrun them. They would outpace us and run us down, and we would be open spines in the street, like the Hardin boy.
Well, I figure information is good to work with. I'm not sure Record would be too happy with us not bringing back his... whatever it is he's looking for.
Sure, but I'm sure that he would be willing for us to all be also dead.
He might be more amenable to having the information and being able to strike back at a target instead of just wondering where things are. Might be for the best.
In any case, I don't think we're willing to risk our lives if it seems so futile. I'm willing to put my life on the line if there's a chance of us coming out on top, but to just run in, to die when we know we're going to die, means we're not even planning on procuring Reckon's things. Not much purpose to that.
There's no coin to be made in death. We
Not
understand.
Not for us and not for Reckon.
Not for the golden hairs. Alright. So, we plan on leaving in the morning?
Yep.
Alright.
Arrive by cover of night, probably leave the horses a little bit behind so that we can sneak into the village or the surrounding area. As I imagine, they're probably going to come from outside of the village into the village to do the deal.
The Anamaskan River has plenty of cliffs that we can hide upon, get a good look of things.
And then spend the night on that second night scouting, looking for the Eterna because we want to catch him in his cloak. See if we can find where he's hiding. See if we can find how many there are. And perhaps the items that the Golden Hair are set to retrieve. If we can do that, and there's not too many of them, well, then we won't be giving him any of these tears because I'll be using it to back you up in the fight.
Well, can't say I've ever really seen them in action, so I am curious. But it sounds like a solid plan.
It is a bold one.
It is. If every Eterna is as fierce as their horse, I'd be afraid to go into battle, to be quite honest.
Which brings me to this. I'll leave you to talk to your underling yourself, but make sure Adam knows what he's getting into. Make sure Adam makes his own choice.
I will.
Well then, we should all get some rest. We have a long ride in the morning.
Alright. You guys go and rest?
Mm-hmm.
Do you leave in the morning immediately, or?
Yeah, like first dawn. I want to get there as early as possible on that second night, because I want the whole night to be possible for scouting. But we're obviously gonna have to take a short rest first before scouting.
Yeah, so you're gonna get there as fast as possible, push the horses a little.
Yeah.
Alright. You ride off, you find the river, you ride along it, you get to the third port, and you got the little village there. I think that's a good place to put a pin in it.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. I was just gonna let you know the time.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening to session whatever this is of Caravan in the Midlands, Midland Caravan. And we will catch you next week for session whatever session is next.
This one is 4, and actually I think would be 5.
I think so.
Yeah.
In any case, thank you very much for listening. And like, subscribe, hit the bell. Links in description. And we'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye.